Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Restoration of Cariele. As usual, we do a quick recap of what occurred last week, and then we will get underway. So team, you'll likely recall you guys arrived here at these ruins that you were asked to come to by Mr. John Serpentwind, who is a magician, and he's looking for this particular orb that is supposed to reside in this ruins based on his research. You guys have made this agreement with him that if the orb is found, he gets it after a cursory examination by your team, and you guys get to keep the rest of the treasures found within. If you don't find the orb, then he does want an equal share of anything that is found within. So once you guys arrived, you noticed that there was many rocks that were strewn about this it almost kind of resembled a beachfront, but the water is really just a shallow pond. So this was like climbing down the side of a rocky area and then like looping back to enter the base of this rocky area. So as you were passing by these stones, the team did a little bit of checking around here, noticing that there were a lot of small trails in the sand, and some of these trails seemed to terminate at the shells or the rocks. So you guys were skeptical about that. Eventually, I believe it was Serena threw a rock, and as it hit, you would be able to notice some movement in various areas. Pretty quickly, you guys were able to determine that some of these rocks were not actually rocks, but instead shells that house some type of arthropod type creatures. You guys decided to try to kind of walk through this area, avoiding them where you could. We had Blixel kind of pass by these rocks. He did bump into a couple, notice some movement, but they didn't seem to like aggressively attack him or anything. So he got by, went to the entrance of this ruins, which is currently covered in a thick draping layer of vines, quite thick vines in fact. But as he passed and started pulling those back and looking inside, then I believe it was Serena next that tried to kind of follow that same path, but unfortunately this time, as she kind of bumped into some of these shells as well, there was almost like a synchronized notification almost that went out as all of these creatures, which turned out to be some form of crab, actually popped up out of their shells and took the fight to the team. So the team found themselves being struck by these creatures, the little pincer claws, and with there being 8 of them, the numbers were on the creature's side. We saw in this battle Jason, who is the newly assigned lieutenant here, battling on behalf of the regent of Cerilia, as he did not want to come and endanger himself on this trip, but sent somebody in his stead. He did indeed use a pretty potent magical ability, which I think he has already alluded to, or perhaps even just flat out said that this is part of his bloodline being a scion, and was able to use this to great effect, disabling several of these crab opponents, and the team then started kind of beating them down. The team did suffer some wounds here during this battle, but nothing life-threatening. The team passed through the vines. There was some discussion about perhaps taking an hour to catch their breath and kind of just bind wounds, that sort of thing. But the team decided to use some magical healing and press on as they had just arrived here. Team then entered the ruins proper, found a skull that was facing them up this little flight of stairs, and then a statue beyond that. After doing a little bit of checking around of this area, Jason was able to determine that this was sort of what he assumed to be an older complex or ruins that were built by a pacifistic sect of the old Andu, or the ancient Anrians. He, based on historical knowledge, knows that this sect did not last long, historically speaking, but noticed some of the architecture seemed to point in that direction. The team made their way through this area, spotted an area a little bit into the ruins that was like this black carpet on the ground almost, and as further examination turned out to be a bunch of small black-capped mushrooms that were covering the area. Dean was able to pretty quickly identify those as edible and not harmful in any way, so plucked several of those and put them into a pouch. The team then made their way south, found this small hallway, a stack of barrels, and there was some discussion about what might be in these barrels, how old they were. They looked to be of elvish design and make. There was some thought that maybe there was some elvish wine inside, but once one was popped open, it turned out to be just water inside. The team then went through a pair of double doors to the west, found themselves in what looked like some kind of a meeting room or a planning room, perhaps. There was a couple of tables, or a total of 3 tables actually, and then there was a chest in the northwest corner. The chest turned out to be locked, but in a very strange stroke of luck, aka Nat 20, Dean was able to find a discarded key in a nearby area that just so happened to fit this lock. And upon using that key to pop it open, the chest contained a couple of scrolls. The team was able to identify these as scrolls of Revivify and Lesser Restoration. So I believe the scroll of Revivify was handed over to Celine, I believe, and the scroll of Lesser Restoration might be in Dean's possession. You guys will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But after you guys searched this area, you went through a pair of double doors. Blixel used his bloodline ability to detect any undead creatures or other elderworldly type beings. And as he made his way with Serena with him, they kind of strode to the front. He was able to detect through a door in what must be a small chamber, based on what the team had seen so far, was an undead creature of sorts. The team decided to kind of get nearby that door and pop it open and see what was going on in there. Turned out to be a large creature that was later identified as an overshadow. So think of this as a large collection of shadowy figures, all congealed into one big blob. As that creature started roiling out and coming after our player characters, another door nearby opened and a flying creature that had this droopy undead skin clinging to its body flew up the stairs and took the attack to the team in the rear of the battle. So this creature went after Celine, while the overshadow seemed to strike out at Serena and Blixel. The team found themselves in battle on two fronts, kind of getting pushed back here. The team was able to defeat the flayed wraith, which they later determined that's what it was, using some magic and striking it down as best they could, and then fought the overshadow as it continued pushing on. During the appearance of the overshadow, very strangely, what I don't think only even Blixel probably saw this, but a rift to the shadow world suddenly opened in this area, and this can be very strange and chaotic outcomes. But the team quickly exited the area after that rift appeared, so we're not quite sure what exactly was there. The team then decided to beat a quick retreat back to the entrance, wanting to make sure that both Tavard knew where they were, because Tavard was waiting outside up on the cliff face, just kind of catching his breath and maybe trying to shake off some of that exhaustion that he has, or weariness. But yeah, eventually that's where the team decided to take their short rest, and that is where we ended the session. So folks, that's my quick recap of last week. If I missed anything anybody would like to add, feel free.
I wanted to mention something about the flayed wraiths that Celine uncovered for us that just may be important to general lore and what's going on in the place, but apparently flayed wraiths can only be created when something is tortured to death. So that may give us an idea of what happened to the elves previously, or something along those lines. It may be important to know that.
Yes, fair enough. Right. This was a history or knowledge check that was made by Celine. And yes, indeed, this individual was tortured to death, and through some dark energies being applied at that same time, that is what created the Flayed Wraith. You guys are also able to determine that Flayed Wraiths have a strange ability where when they knock you down to 0 HP, or essentially trying to kill you, you actually immediately stabilize, because then the Flayed Wraith attempts to torture you. But yeah, good addition. Go and take inspiration, Jason. All right, if there is nothing else. Well, I think I heard some. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's one more thing. Before we fucked around in the place where the spatial rift appeared out of nowhere for no apparent reason, there was a room up to the north of that where we found a skeleton on top of a fancy cloak with like golden filigree or something that Serena took, and she looks very good in it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, you did indeed find this cloak, and based on its state, some of you guys suspected that perhaps this is a magical cloak, because it looks like it's in quite good condition. Yeah, take inspiration as well, Celine, as well as your inspiration for writing another recap for us in our Discord.
So I will hand it to whoever needs it.
I have one of two.
How you doing, Bill?
Doing good. I don't have any, but I always roll so low that I never need them. But
looks like Bill gets it.
You know, as much as I trust you, I do think I should hand one to you.
Well, you
So,
never know. It could come in handy. I mean, especially since somebody put it on the. I'm probably the only frontliner today, so you never know, right?
Hey Adam, I have a quick.
Thank
I
you.
should have done this before you did the recap and everything before you started the recording. But with the tentacle rod, there's some discussion on whether or not once I've used its rider effect and they fail the Constitution saving throw, and the creature speed is halved and disadvantage on dex saves and can't use your actions for 1 minute. Are we implying that the rod, I'm kind of holding him attached to this creature, and if I need to be attacked, I need to use something with my other free hand?
I don't believe so, because if it wanted that to be the case, it would specifically state that in the text. Let me just read through it real quick. Yeah, no. So I think of this more as with all three of them hitting at the same time, it has this magical ability then that it tries to apply on the creature. It has nothing to do with like the tentacles wrapping around them per se.
Okay, sweet, thank you.
All right, guys, I have gone ahead and given everybody a card. Take a moment to review your card. Let me know if any questions. And yeah, let's go ahead and get underway. So what we are going to assume is that as you guys have rested here, Blixel and Serena have decided to exit here and catch their breath outside. Maybe this dust from inside's getting to them a bit. They're just going to go outside, kind of clear their lungs and so forth. But once they get out there and they run into Tavern, notice that he seems like he's perhaps ready to go, for lack of a better term. So he decides to climb down and he pushes through the vines and meets the team here. So Blixel and Serena have exited while Tavern has joined the group.
2 for 1. You guys are lucky you're getting a special today.
Adam, is it possible if maybe we could cast Identify over that short rest on that cloak, since we have it?
Yeah, if somebody has that spell and wants to do that, you certainly could have done so.
Yep,
It's a ritual, right? You're not going to use any.
correct.
Perfect. And you got that fancy pearl.
So this is a fine cloak embroidered with golden spider web filigree. As you spend the 10 minutes casting Identify, it is a magical cloak, except it has a common enchantment on it, which is known as a keeping charm. It has no real abilities or effects, but it will never get soiled. It will never degrade over time. So think of this almost as like a preservation charm.
Let me see.
And I'm gonna pop this, Adam, as we depart.
It's kind of like it's got forever prestidigitation.
I mean, it can still get like stained and that sort of thing, but if you shake it off or clean it, it'll easily clean, right? So think of it as like if you want to make sure something lasts, you can have a keeping charm cast upon something, and then it won't deteriorate over time. It won't break apart. It's almost as though the exact quality it is at the time you cast the spell is locked in permanently.
I see.
Okay, so you cast that spell, DN. Is it safe to assume you're not holding on to your produce flame at that point then?
Yeah, correct.
I could switch to light also, guys. Should I do that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, Adam. If you want to take the lantern off of me, I'll douse it and I'll just cast light on myself since it's a smaller group going in.
All right, I've removed your lantern.
There we go. I think it still has just a tunnel vision on it. I don't know how that gets fixed.
Oh, yeah, I got to turn off directional light for you. There you are.
Perfect. Thank you.
Who's that?
While you guys were down there, I got a haircut. It's
Okay.
a new gigs.
Finally using your subscription to the AI token creator. Cool.
This is what I
Hopefully-
look like underneath all the beard.
Hopefully you guys can see that I'm seeing my recording screen is seemingly really lagging. So I'm going to refresh that real quick. Did that image pop up for everybody else?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
All right, I'm just going to do a quick refresh on the recording screen. Maybe we're just having some Roll20 issues. Okay, back in business. All right, team, so you find yourself at the entrance here of the ruins. Several of you have already been in here. How would you like to proceed?
Well, I'm worried about what Blixel said about what he saw down there. Um, if if what he says is true, and if it's what I think it is, maybe we don't necessarily want to go that way unless we have no other choice.
I'm looking for a different route. But I think we still have to go this way, right?
Yeah, we could maybe follow that path where you guys found the mushrooms. I think there was a path over there.
Oh, mushrooms, are they the tasty kinds?
You can eat them if you'd like. They should be harmless.
I like the word should. Love the confidence.
Well, he
Yeah.
did put one in his mouth, so if they're not edible, he'll learn about it soon enough.
So just down the stairs there, Tavard, and take a left, which is our right, if you're sitting behind the keyboard.
Which I am, by the way, thanks. So, exit stage right?
That gets too confusing. I think if we go to the north, you see further down there, and I'll point yes.
Have you guys gone up in this direction yet?
No, we have not.
Alright, let me go kind of stealthily, like, using my dwarven feat of stealth.
So I'm gonna look over and see that he's gonna kind of dip away and do that, Adam. And I don't know if we necessarily search the statue, but can I look it over and see if maybe there's a hidden compartment? Can I pull one of the fingers down and it rotates or anything like that?
Sure, yeah, give me a blind check, see if you can determine anything like that.
The statue says to you telepathically, pull my finger.
He was holding up a stop sign. That means respect my personal space and mine.
No means no, Dylan.
The stone is solid and unyielding to your investigation, Jason.
Alright, so Adam, I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'm gonna go ahead and look around just to see if there's any form of traps or anything like that. Just,
Sure,
also,
feel free to throw me a blind check. I'm also going to give you a quick description. You're kind of just at the entrance of this room, but hopefully this gives you a little idea of what the room looks like. The air hangs heavy with moisture in this area, a palpable dampness that clings to everything. The floor, once sturdy and smooth, now bears the scars of neglect and time's relentless march. A field of small black-capped mushrooms poke up through the ruined stone.
Alright, Adam, I'm also, while I'm going kind of stealthily and everything, I don't know if I need to roll another check or anything, but for perception, but I want to look to see if there's been any footprints or any movement, especially if the ground's been moist. I'm kind of expecting maybe there may be some visibility opportunities there.
You see no signs of footprints in this area as you scan about. You also see no traps.
All right, seeing that, I'm just going to wait until my party kind of catches up a little bit.
Yeah, I've kind of been noticing that a little bit too. Just FYI, there's like more lag on Roll20 the last like week or so. So yeah, I've noticed that it's so if there's like a critical moment and anybody needs a moment, just say like, hey, give me a moment. Right? I know that's hard to know sometimes, but we want to make sure everybody can see. Yeah. All right, as you're moving in that direction there, Tavern, you notice these stone columns to your north. You see one and part of another one in your field of vision at the moment. To your north, you notice the stone continues, and you see what looks like a collected pile of bones with a skull perched precariously on top of the pile just to your north there.
That's
What
the
is
thing
this
about
thing over here?
5
That,
squares.
that
Sorry.
looks to be a skeleton, Saline.
Is he doing the YMCA pose or?
He is, he is indeed. I don't want to say spread eagle, but almost like that. All right, I'm going to lock tokens there for a moment. Tavern, you have a little bit better visibility to your north here. This definitely resembles a temple to you. This ruined temple stands as a solemn testament to a forgotten era. Its once majestic artwork now all but faded by the relentless passage of time. Suffused with an air of mystery, it evokes both awe and melancholy in the faithful who chance upon its weathered stones.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to point to Dean and just say that I'm going north.
Uh-huh. Sounds good.
All right, as you get to their tavern, and you're scanning a little bit in this area of seeing what you can see, you notice what appears to be a small idol is seemingly positioned here on this elevated stone platform. You can see that it looks as though it is made out of perhaps it almost has the color of wood, but it doesn't look like it has the form of wood. Almost like a dark mud colored stone or copper or something along those lines. It's hard to tell from this distance, but you can see that it is set here very intentionally, as it seems that it is staring to the east. The idol itself doesn't have any kind of life to it, as best you can tell. You look and you see it. It is just kind of standing there. But yeah, the way it's positioned certainly has a strange feel to it.
Adam, I'd like to go ahead and just peek around the corner to the east without actually moving that much. Am I allowed to just move my head into that direction?
Sure, yeah, you can creep there if you want.
I'm going to move the token just so that gives me the visual, but then I'll come back down again. I'm going to point to Dean and basically encourage him to come 1 square closer.
What you got?
There's like 4 or 5 doors way to the east, but there's like some sort of idol or wooden statue or something to the left over there. But there's a pile of bones there. I don't know if maybe it fell victim to the idol or something like that, you know. So I don't want to be the next victim, but I thought I'd wait until the rest of the party got here before we decide our next move.
Well, we could avoid it altogether if we just go directly east.
Boring.
That.
I mean, okay.
There also seems to be another path down to our southeast. Goes through the rock. I would like to look at that idol, though.
Uh, go ahead.
Is this it,
I'll
Adam?
point to it.
That is a pile of bones with a skull atop it.
I see. Okay. Which direction is the idol, Dan?
I just point in front of Tavard. Tavard, can you point where the?
Yeah, and I'll point towards the idol, which is basically to my northwest.
So I'm gonna move
Adam,
up
can I
here.
take a look at the bones? And I know I'm far away, but is there any way I can like just make a observation in regards to what happened there? I mean, do they look crumbled like fireball or something like that, or anything distinctive?
Sure, yeah, give me a blind check. You don't see any kind of char mark that would indicate like a burning or anything here. The way the bones are situated, this is not like a natural death. Someone died and collapsed like this. It looks as though the bones have been intentionally placed this way.
I'm gonna reach out and grab Tavard. Not saying anything.
I'm gonna put up my hand and I'm gonna say, I see something in the corner.
Yes, I'll nod.
Looks like it's looking over those bones.
Yes, Tavard is
Can you
just
tell what it is?
into the room to the north, and just to the left there on the west side. There's a token. There's a creature or something that's significant.
You mean the idol?
No. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the idol.
Oh, I didn't know what you were looking
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's called the anti-meta gamer idol right there.
at.
I thought when he said it's in front of him, I thought the idol was over here out of my light range. And then I
No,
saw
I
that in
would
the
say
corner. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was saying to my northwest. Sorry if I didn't
Oh,
make that
my
clear.
bad. My
Yeah.
bad. So I'm going to, with, I guess, you said it kind of looks like a temple. With my background and everything, would I maybe kind of be able to ascertain what this kind of temple would be used for?
Sure, give me a blind check.
You know
can
what?
try
I'll
to
throw a
help.
hero point as well.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we got to still get yours set up, but for now, just go ahead and manually burn that.
Will do.
So, based on your check here, Jason, what you know is that elves are not religious. So this is clearly not anything to do with the elves that took over this place. But as you recall, this was originally built by pacifistic Andu or ancient Adwirians. What it was used for at that time is hard to say. As you look over the layout of it, it looks very elaborate and regal. You imagine that this was a place of importance for them. If they are typical as to the same sect of people from long ago, this is probably where they would come to like lead prayers and observe and spend time dedicating themselves to religious training and worship and so forth. But clearly, based on the current state of it, it hasn't been used for those kind of purposes in a very long time. As far as what it's used for today, there doesn't seem to be any real use to it. It certainly has just this feel of abandonment.
It makes sense that elves were not religious, so they probably didn't use this portion as much as the other portion. Well, we should go inside.
Do we want to go further? If you want to do that, do you want to go further to the east and then go up, maybe?
It's safer.
I'm just concerned about the pile of bones. It seems placed there, you know, with purpose.
Do you have a way of disturbing them? Maybe a mage hand or something?
do, but I'm not sure disturbing them is a good idea.
Well, if we disturb them from a distance, they won't surprise us. Manifest while we're investigating that idol.
Where's everyone else going?
I
I'm
can stay
following
here.
Tavard.
All right, as you get to this spot, Tavar, you notice there is this like stone table that is built into the south wall here. It simply is stained. It doesn't have anything of interest on it, but you presume that this was probably used to contain like religious artifacts at one time.
And you said there's nothing on the table. Is there any type of runes or anything like that, or just a complete table?
There's a lot of dust, but no kind of runes or anything else discernible.
Is it enough dust that I can clear it off and see if there's something underneath, or
You
is it
could,
just
yeah.
dust? All right, so I'll go ahead and clear off the dust, throwing it away from my friend Dean's area. I don't want him to have allergies or anything like that, right? You know, so.
All right, as you start clearing off the dust, you kind of scoop it with your hand. What is on your hand there, Tavern? Do you have gloves, gauntlets, anything like that?
Not gauntlets, they're just gloves. Leather
Gloves. All right, so wearing leather gloves. So as you scoop this dust off and kind of push it to the ground and you pull your hand back, you are relying on dark vision right now. I don't think there's a light source right nearby you. So yeah, okay, you do so.
Yeah, fantastic.
This is
What do you see?
Adam already knows we're trepidatious because there's only 4 of us, so he is just stirring that pot.
I bet
Well-
half of these are red herrings.
But Adam brings up a good point. I wouldn't be able to read anything, and I would know that without a light source or something like that. So,
Do you need light?
yeah.
I'll pop my, here it comes. So I'm just gonna snap my fingers around him and give him a light source. Now I'll step a little closer.
All right, as the flame springs into existence, you notice there is this caramel colored stain on the table that is now apparent since you've scooped the dust away, Tavern. And you look at your glove and you can see it is caked there as well.
Oh, is that part of your new look as well?
I guess so. Lucky me. These are the well-used look.
Does it look natural, Adam? To my eyes, like maybe part of fungus or something that's growing in this weathered temple.
Blind check, do you? It definitely resembles a mold.
Ugh. Do I see? Okay. Are there any drawers in this, or just the table as you're describing it?
Just a table.
Okay. Are you feeling okay, Tavern?
So you've got the flame. Is that like produced in your hand? Is that how it is?
It's like imagine it's a flame that's dancing around my hand. It's 20 feet and 20 feet. Oh
Right.
no, 10 feet, 10 feet, I think.
How far is the heat, or is it a heat source or just a light?
It's like a big lighter.
All right. So I was gonna say I was gonna kind of put my hands not like into the fire where it's gonna damage me, but just getting closer to see if any of the fungus burns off.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, so you step closer to Dean there then, Tavern. You put your hand up to it, and you notice that as the flames begin to lick this caramel-colored mold, you can see it almost looks like the mold retreats, moving away from the flames, but still on your glove.
All right. So I'm gonna ask. Did it move as if it's alive, Adam? I just want to try to clarify when we say move, you know?
Moved very, very slowly, but it certainly moves, so it might be alive.
Is when I wanted to look at it, was that my nature check? Do I try to identify what it is, Adam? I don't know
Yes.
if I wasn't clear. Okay. Now, can I step here and carefully not get involved with the mold, but move my flame over the table and see if it clears it, and does it get away from and go towards the wall? That's what I'm trying to, like, clear the table with my flame and make it walk away towards the wall to the south.
So a good chunk of the table is still covered with dust. There's like one handprint that is clear, as that's what Tavern sort of swiped away. So underneath there's only a small remnant of that caramel colored mold underneath that open space. As you put your produced flame a little bit closer to there, you can notice a very small amount of movement, but it seems almost as though the mold is moving under the dust. It's certainly not rapid, and it's not moving like any fast speed.
All right, well, let's not touch it anymore. Can
Yeah,
you
Good idea.
can okay, all right. Well, I guess carry on.
Well, let me do something else. So I'm gonna take my gloves off, Adam.
Both gloves?
Both gloves. Well, one of them has the hand, so whichever one has the dust on it, right?
Okay, so you use the quote-unquote clean glove to pull the soiled glove off. I gotcha.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm gonna ask if any of my casters here have I can never pronounce it. Prestidigitation. Yeah. Hey, you guys got any magic that can clean off my gloves for me?
Let me get out of your way. Hold up. Let's just quickly.
Tavern's running forth with this moldy hand, and Dean's getting out of the way.
Mommy,
mommy!
I don't have that one, unfortunately.
Is that chocolate or poop? Chocolate or poop?
Hey, can any of you guys clean off my glove with, some magic maybe? I've got some fungus among us on my glove. I just want it removed.
It's not a skill I possess. I'm sorry, Tavard.
Me neither, but, well, if there's no way to do so magically, there is that pool of water just outside the entrance. We could backtrack and try to wash it off, if you're concerned.
I could try to, I could just use one of my water flasks or something like that to pour down, so.
I can tell you this, and maybe I shouldn't assume this in the D&D world, but 100% of molds are not good for you.
Yeah, I'll use my water skin down below here, Adam, to try to see if I can get the mold off. Just
Okay.
Not the whole water skin, but maybe half the water,
See if it even works, if it's just like too sticky to.
Can you mage hand and help them do it?
I can cast Mage Hand, but
I don't know if you can do tasks like that. Probably.
What are you suggesting? Use Mage Hand to try to scrape it off of him?
Yeah, that way he doesn't get it on his other glove, because molds can be, transferable.
I can try that.
Okay, so you move over to where Tavern is. You cast Mage Hand. And okay, as you cast Mage Hand, I'm going to go ahead and lock the tokens there. So as you verbally incant the Mage Hand spell, I will say all of you kind of feel almost like a slight tremor seems to move through this area. And I'm going to go ahead and put everybody in initiative order.
Yeah, I've had my eyes on that damn skeleton the whole
Oh
time.
my god. Those initiative rules.
Hey, look, mine was finally great, so we're not gonna overlook that.
Yeah, I rolled great and have no clue what to do, so yeah.
One moment. Okay, so, yes, as this tremor goes through, Tavern, you are the first to react. What would you like to do?
Are you able to describe the tremor, or does it come from a certain area, or is it just completely like just feels all around type thing?
So a typical tremor would come through your feet. This doesn't actually come through like the ground. It almost feels like it comes through at like for you probably chest level. Think of this almost as like a if there was an explosion, right, and it sent a vibration, and that sort of shock wave hit you. Not real strong, but enough that you definitely feel it.
All right. I am going to, since I know this was a safe spot, I'm just going to come up here. And I am going to go ahead and take the dodge action just in case.
All right, as you feel this, you move up and try to dodge, still with the moldy glove on your hand, right?
Correct.
Okay. Jason, you have also felt that. Your turn.
Whew. Okay. I don't want us to be bunched up, but I also don't want to be the first one to sprint off into this room.
Yeah, that's $1 million question, right? Do we group up or do we spread out?
Yeah, yeah, Jason looks over his shoulder and he sees. Well, hang on, I guess let me move here. Oh, okay, there's a slew of people that way. So he's gonna move this way and occupy this little field of vision, and he's gonna prepare his staff, and if he sees any kind of threat or anything he deems a threat, I guess. God, that's ambiguous language, Adam. Anything that attacks him or his friends that he can see and that's in range, he's gonna attack with his wind lash.
Okay, so anything that attacks you or your friends.
Yep, and that's obviously within range, which is only
Okay.
20 feet, but he'll attack.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, before Celine's turn, Jason, you notice to your north as the idol seems to fly through the air. It will fly to here, and then Celine, as you're kind of scanning around after you feel this tremor, this shockwave, you notice the idol for a second to your northwest. It seems to vanish, and then it pops out of the wall and appears right next to you.
Cool.
As it does so, you feel a very strange sensation come over you. You feel wrong, almost like dirty somehow. It is your turn, Celine.
Does that do anything mechanically to me?
Nothing so far.
Cool. Well, I don't want to be here, so does the idol look like animated, or is it still like a still idol and just floating there?
It is still. It looks like all one piece. It is not animated in any way.
Well, thinking that the spell casting is what antagonized it, I think Celine would stop doing that if she hasn't already. And I think I'm just gonna disengage and 5, 10. I don't want to go into the room, but I'll back up 15, 20. Oh, good, this is a dead end. 25, and I think I want to stay in vision range of everyone, so I'll hang out here.
I was not difficult terrain, I don't think.
Yeah, I know. I'm just debating whether I want to pop around the corner or not, but I think I want to be able to see my team. So I end my turn and I look at the statue curiously and hope that it doesn't attack me again now that I've stopped casting.
All right, you notice Mr. Serpentwind looks quite confused. You see, he looks at the idol, and you can see he's sort of like analyzing it for a moment, but then realizes this is a very strange situation. He's going to back up past Jason and hang out there. Dean.
Okay. Free action, take away, produce flame. I think it's a free action, right? To do
To just stop concentrating? Yes.
Yeah. Do that. Does it have a face, a direction?
It is pointed directly at you at the moment.
Comforting.
You know, I'm trying to do something different here, and I don't know how this plays out. Usually, it's just fight, 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 right? So there's no. I'm going to Adam, 15 feet away. I'm going to, okay, distinguish my produce flame. If I go to a knee, am I prone?
I mean, if you want to be prone mechanically, you can be. If you just want to be like on a knee but ready, you don't have to be.
Yeah, I just want to be in a knee, and I'll bow my head to the idol.
Okay.
And maybe that's a free action, and I'll in my mind, I'm ready to dodge. Okay, so that's my action.
Okay, fair enough.
You ready to dodge? I love it.
Okay, top of the next round, Tavern.
All right. I'm gonna come over here, and I am going to shoot. I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay, Jason.
I thought for sure our monk was going to be the first one to punch it. Jason, seeing that the idol flew this way, he's going to move up. He's going to take this route. He's going to move into here. He's going to try to stay a little square from that skeleton, and I guess he'll just dodge for now, Adam. I don't want to be the first person to strike at this idol.
Hey, all we do is strike, strike, strike. Brian wants to make friends with it, so I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him see how that goes.
You notice as the idol leaps off the ground, it's essentially the base of the idol just hovers and then moves forward. It passes right through you, D, and you don't feel it physically touch you at all. You can see it looks physical, but once it moves into your space, it seems to just move through you without touching you in any way. It lands in front of you, Saline, once again going onto the ground, and once again you feel this really strange feeling all over you. It's hard to describe, but the best I can say is it almost feels like you have mud all over your soul.
Can I? I'm gonna say a free action, quick words here. Maybe it's because you're an elf. You're an
Saline.
elf, right?
Does it feel like it's getting worse from before?
Nope, seems about the same.
Okay. I'm going to try to step away from it without disengaging and see what happens. So I'll come around the corner here. Anything?
Nothing that you see.
Then I would like to use my action to make some kind of religion check or something to see if I know anything about what is happening right now. Does that make sense?
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah. You're
have I
trying to
heard
see
of
if
that?
this makes sense to you in any way, like scan your brain real quick. Sure, yeah, give me a blind check. Surprisingly, no. You are not familiar with what this idol represents or what this might mean.
Damn.
Interesting. Does getting away from it make the feeling go away?
It does not. You still feel that very strange feeling.
Okay. Well, I will continue to rejoin my party over here. So that was 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Maybe now that I'm away from all the walls, it can't jump out at me. I don't know. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm confused.
All right, so to save us some time here, what I will say is that as you guys continually reposition yourself within this area, the idol follows the same pattern. You don't have the movement to get away from it, Saline, so it's always going to basically follow you get next to
Sure.
you and you still have this feeling. So what is your intentions here? Are you guys, what is it you're trying to do?
It's following her specifically.
It certainly seems that way, yes.
I say we shoot it down.
It's not
Well-
doing any harm. I don't know if that would be the right course of action.
Maybe someone else could cast a non-harmful spell and see if it refixates. Like maybe we can control it somehow, make it go somewhere else.
Well, how about maybe you and I, Celine, walk over to where the pedestal was and see if that makes any difference at all? Bring the puppy home, so to speak.
Yeah. Can I walk without getting too close to the bone pile? Can I get like can I get maybe here and see if there's like anything other than bones here? Like this, maybe this is some kind of offering pile to appease the thing. Like, is there anything positioned in there that gives me the impression that if we leave something for it, it'll leave us alone?
Sure, yeah, give me a blind check. There doesn't seem to be anything else in the bone pile that you can see from a glance from this distance. Whether it's an offering, you're not sure, but you can say it is definitely placed here with intention. It's not scattered. All these bones are like stacked on top of each other. It's as though somebody intentionally was trying to make this pile look exactly like it does.
I have an idea. If you guys are up for it.
And just as a side keynote, Mr. Serpentwind, again, is relying on your light, Jason, so he also kind of staying nearby you so he can see.
I think maybe disturbing the bone pile. See how the idol reacts to that.
Well, it's not bothering us. See if you.
Well,
if-
it's kind of bothering me.
yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
not,
following.
I understand, guys, but it's not damaging you. Why don't you walk out of the temple? Like, go down the hallway and see if it's contained in this area. Like,
Yeah, that's a good
Sure.
call.
Only if you guys come with me.
Of
So I'm
course.
not 1v1ing it if that pisses it off.
I take good care of you, friend.
So can we walk back the way we came and see if it
You
gives
sure
up the chase
can.
after a while?
Yeah, so everybody feel free to move as you'd like. Obviously, don't move like 60 feet at once or whatever, but feel free to just move freely.
I want to keep an eye on the pedestal while you guys do this.
All right, so as you're moving that way, you climb up that set of stairs there, Saline, kind of eyeing behind you, seeing if the spooky idol follows you, but it does not seem to.
Okay. And what about the feeling? Is it still with me?
After a moment, it does seem to go away.
well, just stay in the hallway and we'll see what we can do in here. What do we need to look for? There's doors to the east.
Well, but I can't go with you if it refixates. Can we keep an eye? Can you guys keep an eye on the idol? What's it doing now? Is it?
It's sitting. It's waiting for you. If I'm being honest. It's just sitting right there in the crevice, waiting for you to come back.
Keep in mind, you're currently shouting.
That's right.
Well, we could go back and go south. where
I
we came
wanna-
from.
I want to get close to it myself, Adam. Do I feel the feeling that Celine was describing if I get close to it?
You do not.
Can I touch it?
You can, yes. You reach out and touch it, and surprisingly, even though it has the color of wood, it looked like metal, it has like a wood grainy feel to it.
Can I adjust it so I'm looking at it, the front of it, and see if I can discern what it is?
So you're
What
s-
religion?
So you're spinning it around?
Yeah, I'm not physically picking it up. I guess at this point, after touching it, the best way I'll say it is maybe I'll take my staff and stand up and see if I can rotate it.
Not easily. Like, you would make a little tiny bit of progress at a time.
All right. Well, Jason will get on his knee and see. I guess the first thing before he rotates it to look at its face, because he can just walk around and do that. But on the back of it, does he see any kind of cut or any kind of slit or anything? Like maybe it's housing something on its interior?
Blind check. No, it seems to be one solid piece. You see no slits or openings in the idol.
All right. So I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side and like get down and look at the face of it. Can I recognize it, knowing that this is probably from old Dude? Maybe I can zero in on it closer.
It doesn't resemble anything to the best of your memory that the old Andu would be associated with. It certainly seems out of place if this was here the many, many years ago, that this was truly a pacifistic Andu community.
Well, there's two things that concern me. The first is it being wood. It seems that maybe it was carved by someone and left here. The bones suggest something similar. And then second, it doesn't appear to be threatening anybody but you, Celine. I guess it
Yeah,
wouldn't be
that's
really
true.
threatening, but maybe it has. Maybe there's a reason the elves didn't come this way.
Well, it could be a race thing. Way to put that out in the air. But it could also be a spellcasting thing. I'm the only one who tried to cast anything. Maybe it just doesn't want.
Well,
Uh,
get closer so we can talk. I will say I casted produce flame to clear the mold, and it did not.
Yeah, Adam, I'll just like flick my light spell on and then off and then back, or off and then back on again. Does that seem to affect it in any way?
It does not react.
And actually, while they're debating this, Adam, I'm going to go ahead and come over to this corner and do what I was going to do in regards to trying to pour water on my glove to try to see if I can get some of that yuckiness off.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you take a water skin out and you start dumping some of that water, trying to just splash the mold away. But it seems to be sticking to your glove pretty well. You might get a tiny bit of it off here, but the vast majority of it is still clinging to your glove. And I will say, whether it's in your head, you're not quite sure, but your hand kind of feels a little bit itchy.
I'm kind of taking that glove off, Adam. I'll use a dagger or something to take it off.
Okay, sure. So you do the best you can to not touch anything, but kind of peel it off. And then, like, as you're peeling it off, you kind of turn it inside out and just, I imagine, kind of throw it into the corner here. As you do so, you notice a tiny red pinprick spot on your hand.
Yeah, I'm going to be pulling a Michael Jackson for a little while, so.
that can't be good.
I'm going to tell the other group, what I saw and everything like that, so.
That's worrisome.
Um,
I do a medicine check to see if I recognize his symptoms as anything severe.
You could certainly try, yeah.
I put on my N95 mask before I get close to him.
You're pretty
Elf issued.
confident, Saline, that this is like a burn. It looks like it got really, really hot, but just in this very fine point, and so the skin probably is like a first degree burn kind of thing.
We'll keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get worse. Contact
Sounds
with
like an
the
idea.
mold
Thank you
rooms.
for checking.
Bad idea.
I am going to shimmy past these bones, Adam, and get up here to this pedestal where the idol was originally resting. Is there any kind of writing or anything on it?
Give me a blonde check, Jason, as you look for anything like that that's not obvious.
And then I've got this. I forgot about it, but if it fails, will you let me know, and then I'll re-roll a d20?
Sure thing. So on this check, you have succeeded. You don't find any kind of writing here. Think of this as like a really small altar, and there is a circular area here. It's like concave, and it looks like, based on what you saw before, the base of the idol fits in here perfectly.
Now, does this pedestal look like it belongs here? Because you said when I looked at the idol, it looked a little bit out of place for this area, maybe. And so, what I'm curious is, did somebody make this and put this here, or is this part of the original temple?
So the pedestal is stone, the idol is wood. So you're thinking that this altar, this pedestal, was built at the same time that the rest of the complex was originally built, but the idol definitely was not here at that point in time, or it certainly doesn't seem like it was based on what you know of the Andu.
I see. Okay. Well, let's try my second idea. I am going to take my staff and I'm going to swipe across that stack of bones and disturb them.
All right, you scatter the bones a bit. The skull kind of rattles, clatters down, and the rest of the bones are just dispersed by a little bit.
Interesting. Okay. Hey, somebody should pick this thing up and put it back on the pedestal. That's
do it.
not me, preferably.
All right.
That is my scientific conclusion.
I agree. That's what I was thinking.
Put it back.
Adam, I'm gonna
Put it back.
How big is it? Did I get the description? How big it is? I don't know.
It is
Baseball.
size-wise, it's considered small. So think of this to be like 2.5 feet tall.
All right. I will put my rod in my belt, and I will reach down with two hands and pick it up and place it back at the pedestal. Is my intention.
All right, you pick up the idol and you kind of walk a bit awkwardly, as it's a bit awkward in your hands. You walk up the steps here, you place it back on the pedestal.
Okay. Did I hear a click or anything ominous as I set it down?
No.
Okay. All right. Step away. Okay. I'll pull my rod back out. My left hand. All right. Well, let's keep sailing in the hallway and continue on to the east.
Are you just gonna leave me
I
here?
wave goodbye.
No, you can walk
No,
down
I
this
think-
hallway. I'm saying this hallway.
Well, hang on.
Well,
I
it
think
followed
that
me into the hallway, but we
Yeah,
can see if it will reanimate. Now
that's
that
what
it's
I'm.
back.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's see if you come back in, if it will reanimate.
Let's find out. This is some children's puzzle for 5-year-olds, and it's gonna bother me what the answer is for the rest of the campaign.
All right. We have some doors to our east.
I'll do a listen check up here, Adam.
Sure, blind check. And as you're listening, Mr. Serpentwind kind of whispers under his breath, "Strange. This is definitely a spooky room." You are able to hear through the doorway the sound of moving water.
Psst, Tavard, up here.
I
Unless
have
you-
water behind my door.
Tavard's looking at his door. Let's coordinate a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to listen to that door too, just to see. Is that what you were looking at, Dean, or were you trying to call me over?
Yeah, I didn't want you to open the door or something when we're separated by a lot of.
Oh, I
space.
wouldn't have. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
okay.
Adam. I'm going to go ahead and I want to listen into this door here.
All right, blind check as well. It's hard to say for sure, Tavard, but it almost sounds like you're hearing faint steps. Not like boot steps, almost like dog steps.
Oh shit.
So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna tell the group what it is I heard.
There might be some sort of animal or something on the other side.
I'm gonna move to here, Adam. Okay, never mind. I was gonna see if maybe there was a door on that side, but it doesn't look like it.
Hey, Jason, don't you like water?
I do enjoy water, yes.
Well, take a dip.
Alright. I will try the door. Oh, it opened.
The door does indeed open. You can see a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. Maybe a bridge, perhaps?
All right, Jason, as you enter to this point, a pair of once grand bridges arch over a lazy stream some 30 feet below. The southern bridge's stonework, intricately carved with faded runes and ancient symbols, is cracked and partially collapsed, leaving a gaping hole where the stone has crumbled away. Skeletal remains can be spotted on the southern bridge past the gaping hole. The northern bridge is intact and sturdy based on a cursory examination. Its structural integrity, when compared to its nearby twin, is almost inviting.
It's a trap. We gotta use the broken one.
Adam, I'm gonna take, I don't want to make a lot of noise. But I also don't want to fall victim to an illusion. So I'm gonna take, that skull that I picked up earlier, and I'm gonna bowling ball roll it across the bridge, I guess as far as I can.
Roll me just a free d20. Yeah, it clatters across, say, 20 feet, and then kind of runs out of steam, loops a bit, and ends up in, like, the center north part of this bridge.
Like here?
Yes.
The bridge appears to be at least somewhat real. Now, sturdy is the question.
You said it was a stream. Does it have a current that's significant?
It has a current. Let's see where you're standing. I would say, based on hearing only, it sounds like a soft current. It certainly doesn't sound like rapids. Let's see. Celine, give me a 1d20, please.
You got it, boss.
Okay. You notice Mr. Serpentwind looks towards you and he says, "Wait. Hearing footsteps behind us."
Bad? Do we want to
Close the door and leave him on
close
the
the
other
door?
side.
I
Yep.
didn't hear him close.
You handle that. We've got the bridge.
No,
Let
just
us
be
know what
clear.
you find out, Mr. Serpentwind.
Also, the bridge doesn't start until Jason takes one more step to the east, correct? According to the map.
That's, yeah.
I mean, technically, you're on the bridge right now, right? The bridge part that you're on, though, there's solid rock wall to your north and south. But the foundation is certainly bridge right away.
Does Mr. Serpentwind looks like he wants to join us, or does he want to fall back?
He said this, and he's sort of looking at you for your reaction. If you guys don't react in any way, it does look like he's trying to step in.
I will come out real quick and say, what did you say? There's footsteps? Can I try to hear him as well then?
Sure. Give me a blind check. Yes, you also, it clearly sounds like boot steps, and it sounds very slow and very deliberate, as though whoever's making these sounds is walking slowly, intentionally, perhaps.
We have company, Tavard. I'm assuming it's just, I can only hear it, it's from our west, because there's nowhere else it could be coming from.
Well, we don't want to fight it in the... Well, if it's something we gotta fight, we don't want to fight it in proximity of that idol. I don't know what it does.
Well, if it does anything, we just blast it out of the freaking sky. I'm sorry that was violent. This place is stressing me out.
Serpentwind, can you come here and examine this bridge? It might be an illusion, but we can avoid those footsteps if we go further east.
All right, yeah, he steps through looking happy that he's got bodies between him and the west. He looks towards the bridge kind of really briefly. You notice he motions with his hand, and you can see a spectral hand then appears above the bridge, and he's doing the trying to think, like, the base gesture with his hand, like bouncing up and down, and you see the spectral hand just kind of touching the bridge at different spots.
And the idol doesn't get pissed off at him? I
You don't.
discriminated against.
You don't see the idol.
Once you think it's safe, we should go across the bridge.
And close the door behind us.
Yes, let's go. To our...
Well, it sounds like something's stalking us. It's not good either. Alright, well, if shit pops off, I guess I could Misty Step, so maybe I should go first.
Tavard.
Where's Tavard?
Now I see.
Tavard, as you're standing here listening to the boot steps, you notice a figure on the south side, its hand reaching up to the pillar, this great sword dipping down to the ground, the blade not quite touching the ground, but almost, as though it's hung just a bit up. This great sword looks to be made of a solid black metal, and you can see it ends in a wide blade that turns into like a piercing edge on both sides. It looks like it would be very, very heavy to lift. The figure itself, it's hard to make much out from your current position, but I will say you notice like a grayish dead skin look of a hand.
So it looks like my mother-in-law with a weapon. Okay, good. All right, I am gonna be the, well, shoot. I mean, I personally, if it was just me without having to take care of my friends here, I of course would engage. But, you know, being the ultimate team player, I'm gonna come in here real quick and shut the door. And I'm gonna tell the party members what I saw. So.
Oh, that sounds like something that could come out of that rift your friend Blixel explained. If that's stalking us, it's not good. Should we run from it or should we face it?
I'm thinking face it, because if we go forwards, we don't want something coming from behind us, but I didn't want to take that choice away from you guys.
I like that. I think facing it would probably be better. It's a bit risky.
I'm nervous about the idol, but yeah, we don't want to be sandwiched in between stuff, I guess.
Look, that idol is not supposed to be here, so any kind of desecration you would do would not be disrespectful to the actual temple. So do with that information what you will. Let's fuck some shit up, guys.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and, well, do
Do you guys have agreement we go in?
Yep, let's go. Open the door.
Immediately he gets like these little fiery wisp and smoke. It's like, oh shit. He's about to go Super Saiyan.
As you step into the room here, Tavard, your boots now kind of echoing out. You hear a voice that seems to ricochet off the walls. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. It says, "You approach the underworld."
It's been known to happen. My name's Tavard. Who are you?
There's like a silence in the air that hangs for a moment. It's not important, but give it a task for you.
How can we help you?
It's I.
Fantastic. How can you help us then?
You notice the figure steps out from the column. As it does so, you get a bit of a better look at this figure. Taut, dead skin adorned entirely with tattooed fish scales covers this woman's face and hands. She wears scaled armor, sea green like verdigris, I don't even know what that is, on copper, and wields a strange sword. Her pale eyes stare unblinking. As she says she can help you, you say fantastic, and she looks in your direction. She says, the underworld, it has a sentinel. If you defeat it, I will reward you. But you will need an approach.
Can I do an insight check, Adam? I just want to see if I should be pissing my pants right now.
Scary.
Are you inciting if it's scary? Or
No, that I know. But more insight in regards to do I feel that it's really trying to be helpful?
Sure, yeah. Give me a blind check. You don't sense any kind of like danger or violence from it at this moment. Based on its posture, it doesn't look like it's trying to be in like a battle-ready stance. All right, as you approach, you can smell this kind of strange odor. It smells like wet dog for the most part. You notice it reaches into like this satchel at its side, and you hear clinking as it pulls out these 2 bottles. And you see it reaches forward this dead gray hand towards you.
I'll take the bottles.
As you do, you see her eyes lock onto you. Again, there's no pupils. It's just like clear white. And she says, drink these potions. They will protect you against the attacks of the Sentinel.
Do I, thank you, milady. Do I, drink both of them myself, or is this like a party favor that we all take a sip or something? I just want to make sure I don't break any rules here.
One for each of you.
Is there anything in regards to the Sentinel regarding, how to hurt this thing? I mean, obviously, this is defensive in nature, this magic you're mentioning to us, you're handing, and I appreciate that, but there is anything that, we need to know to how to hurt it?
Check weapons.
Hit it till it dies.
Adam, now that 10, 15, 20, I'm like 25 feet away. Do I recognize this creature?
Give me a blind check. You kind of vaguely recognize this creature, not enough to remember specific details about it, but you're sure you've read about it somewhere before, aka you missed the check, but not by a lot.
Can I try my magical guidance?
You sure can. Yeah, burn a sorcery point and then throw me another check.
Sure thing. I don't have a way to do that yet, so I'm just gonna go from 4 to 3.
All right, fair enough.
And just another blind check, yeah?
Yes.
And I'll hero point that one too, I suppose.
Okay. Okay, yes. You recognize this creature as what is known as a Fext. Fexts are creatures that they're essentially former warlocks in their life that they have become slaves to their patrons. It is said that very powerful patrons can have many Fexts. Some have up to 100 or more, but lesser powers generally only have a handful. It is said that the patron can see out of the eyes of all of its Fexts and watches the world through them.
So knowing that, Jason will kind of step here, and he'll go, "Whom do you serve?"
You notice the figure looks at Tavard and then looks past towards you, looks back at Tavard. Sentinel, return.
Got a question for you. I don't know if you can help anymore, but you said use magical weapons. Are you able to cause any of my weapons to be magical for a time or anything? Do you have that power? Because, like, mine are just, I mean, they're my dad's favorite weapons, of course, but they're not magical. Did you say no? I couldn't tell if your button was pushed.
She did indeed say no.
All right, I just thought I would ask, So I can hit many times, but, All right, thank you, ma'am.
Where can we find this entity?
Oh, yeah. Is it through do we keep on going down down that bridge?
As you ask this question, Saline, you see it raises a hand, and yes, it points back at the doors you've just come out of.
Fantastic.
All right, so I'm gonna hand these potions out. How many were there, Adam?
2.
All right, one's for me. Who wants to buy the other one?
Do we all just take a sip of each one of them, Adam?
I think the impression I got was that 2 people should drink the potions, whoever's gonna be in melee with the thing.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Which is...
Hang on. Are you also gullible to have some undead creature show up and hand you some potions and be like, here,
Yeah.
have fun?
Yeah, in this case here, I did. Yeah.
Well,
Well-
I can try to ritually identify the potions, but I don't want to do it here with the idol in the same room. Like,
Good call.
Well, that creature serves a patron. That patron can see through its eyes. I don't know much about warlocks. I've never met one. I hear the Count's brother was one.
Alright, well, do we want to take 10 minutes to make sure we're not about to drink something that's going to turn us into monsters?
Or you could just pop it, just burn a spell slot.
I don't want to do that. I might need those.
I've played Wizards too. It's tempting, but 10 minutes is quite a long time.
Don't say that, bro. You were popping off spells left and right as Brandol, bro.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. But yeah, I get the pull, but 10 minutes, I don't know. I'm willing to wait 10 minutes. Or 11 minutes, I guess, technically.
All right, is that you guys' plan here? Is you're trying to ritually cast here on the bridge?
Not my call. I'm good for that though.
Yeah, I suppose. I'll mainly keep my eyes out forward and sideways for any kind of threat.
Yeah, I'll start, but if something crazy happens, I'll stop immediately.
Alrighty, you begin casting this spell. During the casting, Dean and Jason, both of you are able to hear what sounds like abnormal sounds in the water down below. Meaning you hear the water moving, but every now and again you hear a splash, and it doesn't sound like just water lapping up against the rock. It sounds like something moving down below.
I think we may have company. Something is going to try to eat us. That sounds fun.
Can you look over the bridge there and get a better eye? I mean, are we safe here? Maybe we need to consider this.
Feel free to step in front, my large and wearying brother. I will move back here.
Okay, so I will. Can I look over the front? I have to go one more, Adam.
Yes, if you're trying to like lean over the bridge and look into the water.
Yes, I'd like to do that.
All right, blind check, please.
Adam,
You
same on this side.
All right, yeah, feel free to throw a check as well. So you currently have dark vision thanks to your spell, Dean. So you do notice that the water's 30 feet below the bridge. And as you watch as the casting of the spell is going on, you do notice a head poke out of the water, and it is one of the strangest things you've ever seen. It looks like a humanoid figure, but it has 3 eyes. The 3 eyes glow yellow, and it has like a fish-like face and mouth. It pokes out of the water just momentarily and then quickly goes back down below.
I try my best not to make eye contact, but did I fail?
It didn't look up directly at you, no.
Okay. Alright, well, it's a humanoid head with 3 eyes. Aquatic thing. Hurry up, Celine.
How long into the cast does this happen? Is it like immediate?
Within like a minute or two.
Then in that case, I'll burn the spell slot to get the identify off in the shortest amount of time.
Okay, sure, yeah. Go ahead and click your spell to burn that slot. You cast Identify then on the potion. Doing so, you were able to determine that this is a potion of necrotic resistance.
There you go. It was straight up with us.
Okay, Tavar.
Do I know how long the potion lasts?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay.
I understand that it may be helpful, but I just want to warn whoever chooses to drink it the repercussions of doing so.
I drink it.
I'm like turned around and
Tavern's already got.
yeah, I'm like about to
Shredded.
like go into like a full scholarly kind of talk, and then I stop mid sentence. Okay,
Who wants
I
this
think-
other one?
I'll pass personally. Me, yeah, I'll pass.
I'll take it.
Cavern, you drink this liquid. It has kind of like a very whitish, kind of chalky look almost to it, but it doesn't taste off or bad at all. It goes down pretty easily, and yeah, you now have resistance to necrotic damage.
I'll drink the other one.
Permanently, right?
For 1 hour.
I thought
That's
I'd wait
basically
for something, right?
Just got to pick as many fights as possible.
So I'll drink the other one.
Okay, yeah, same for you, Dean. You get the similar effect, and you gain resistance to necrotic for 1 hour.
Alright.
All right. Let me go ahead and go to the other side of this bridge first.
Where's the skull? Is it right to the north of his square? Oh,
Yep, before he moved, yes.
And I'm going slow, just trying to use my dwarven tippy toe that, because I know I can't really jump and stay silent, right? So.
Okay, sure.
Adam, I'm going to listen to the other side of this door that I'm at, please.
and so will
Alright.
I.
Sure. Are
Somebody
both
have
of
an
you
aura?
proficient in perception?
Yes.
All right, so you kind of put your ears together and try to be really quiet, make sure nobody else is making noise. You listen, but it is silent on the other side.
So we can assume this is one door, not two.
It is 2 doors. All right, as you both open your respective doors in front of you, this large stone chamber terminates on its eastern end in an elevated platform that is dominated by a massive throne. Sitting on the throne is a huge, emaciated giant. Its dark gray skin is covered in glowing eldritch runes and spiral patterns. An enormous scythe leans against the throne. On the floor of the chamber is a large metal cell, its bars splotched with a dark red liquid. And again, I want to clarify, when I say it's essentially built into the floor, so you should be able to see the cell here. But think of this as flat ground. These are bars, but it seems as though there is like a prison type cell in the ground here.
Jabba the Hutt style. There's a rancor down there.
And it hasn't animated, correct?
So you can see these like eldritch sigils and spirals and so forth on its body. It is sitting in the throne. Its eyes are looking in your direction. You can see it has green eyes, but it doesn't breathe or anything. So it is absolutely still. So when you say animated, I don't want to use that term, but it has not moved, I will say.
Well, we probably should get in there and scatter so we're not all standing together. We don't know what kind of attacks it may throw at us.
You guys ready to go in?
I'm ready.
Ian's going.
Keep in mind,
that's
Dean, just for a quick reference, that is a stone table built into the wall that you're currently standing on.
Oh, I can't even see it.
It is
Shut the
very
door.
covered in dust.
Oh, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with the corner.
Serpentman, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad of an idea do you think this is?
Are you actually asking that?
Yeah.
You see he's trying to like look into the room. You can tell he doesn't have as good a vision as you all do. And he kind of shrugs. I don't know what this creature supposedly is or how strong it is. Do you know what it is?
Let's find out.
And are you able to see the creature at the moment?
Good question. 5, 10.
Yeah, looks like you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that check, you will know that Underworld Sentinels, if that is indeed what this is, certainly appears to be, are very strong opponents. They can dish out I will call it a heap ton of damage. They have really good reach based on their size and that they use a scythe. They are known to guard entrances into the Shadow World. So essentially, you would know, I would say based on that check, that if you try to interfere with the passage or you try to use the passage to the Shadow World, that is when the Underworld Sentinel takes notice, we'll say.
I see. And does he know he's doing a really bad job because there's another entrance to the Shadow World, like on the other side of the...
Good question, right? I wonder if anybody thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, I'll convey this to the party before they...
Do you know of any
Those-
weaknesses? I mean, would you roll that high?
None that you know of, Saline.
None that I know of. That it's really dangerous.
Says it has reach, so stay out of it. Let's get a boogie on. Where I can't see. I don't know. Where's the throne? Dean, point it to me.
I'll point just directly to the east. You can't see him.
It's not that far, no. My vision ends like literally at the seat of the throne.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
looks
move
scary,
up.
and it takes up 9 squares.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, it's real big.
Wow. Now that I moved here, I can see it better. Well, let's not be. What would Vin say in this situation?
I would say let's not be cowards, but he would use more rude language than that.
This looks like fun.
This looks like we're all gonna die.
Alright, well, I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna just try to test something at him. I'm gonna open these doors. Ah, okay. So this goes out to the other bridge, huh? Alright. Well, I'll stay here, I guess. Who wants to do this?
Are we going in? I'll say.
You want me to start? I mean, that's kind of what I'm figuring out.
No, I want to start.
Okay.
Alright, Adam, as my action, I will summon my wildfire spirit.
Okay, yeah, you're not in battle, so yeah, you can summon the Wildfire Spirit.
Alright, and that's my last wild shape.
I guess I'll just recast light on my staff, Adam, so it like recharges. It doesn't falter during the fight.
Okay, sure.
Adam, what is it holding in its hand?
At the moment, nothing, but you see an enormous scythe is within its easy
Oh, yeah.
reach, leaning up against the throne.
Does somebody want to try to grab that weapon from it? Magic.
It looks pretty heavy. Does the scythe look like it weighs more than 10 pounds?
For sure.
Look, there is a possibility that we could just walk past it. Like, it only takes notice of you with if you try to get through its passage to the shadow world, although we don't necessarily know where that is. Do I see anything in this room similar to the feeling or the appearance we were getting on the rift from before?
You do not.
Well,
Anybody else want to take another? Is there anything else you want to do before I engage?
Yeah, can I, on this, like, right here in this doorway, Adam? Oh, sorry about my dog. Can I light that bullseye lantern and have it facing into the room? Because I think that's further, right? It's 60 feet of light.
I think it's 60 bright and 60 dim.
Yeah, could I don't know if there's a way I could do that, but can I have it, like, here and then have it facing into the room so then I'm not dependent on my own light?
Sure. Now, again, obviously it could get kicked over, stuff like that, but yeah, you could do that.
Alright, cool. And that is what I will do. Then I'll move to this door and open it.
Okay, so let's see. I want to make sure this light is working properly. Can you currently see the full room, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think that's working properly then, so I'm just going to leave it like that.
All set?
Tumbleweed goes by.
All set?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, Adam, I'm going to go ahead and cast. I'm going to go ahead and use my Scorching Rays 3 times.
All right, so as you prepare to take an action here, I'm going to lock the tokens, and I'm going to put us into initiative order.
And because of that phraseology, are we allowed to kind of sacrifice a turn order? Oh, perfect. Never mind.
My initiative rolling is on fire today.
Okay, Tabard, you are first to react. Feel free to do your Scorching Rays if that's what you wish.
I wish to hit 3 times.
The first one misses.
I wish to hit 2 times.
The second one misses.
All right, on that second one, I'm going to go ahead and shoot. I don't want to hero point that actually. Whoops, sorry, wrong button here.
All 3 rays miss as they fly over this creature's shoulder. You notice its eyes, the green of them, seem to start glowing stronger now as the grip suddenly is on the scythe.
All right, and I am going to, now that I've got its attention with my might of my fire blast, um, I'm going to go ahead and use a key point.
For
Patient defense.
patient defense, okay.
All right. Similarly, I gather some energy from the air and fire my scorching rays as well.
Hey, we should have a contest, see if you can miss all 3 times too.
First one does connect, scorching him. Second one misses. And I don't think you currently have Bless, right?
No, I had
Should.
it. I checked it off earlier. I actually remembered to do that. Oh, sorry.
The
Okay.
third one does hit. Yeah, I was just double checking. I was pretty sure you didn't have it.
All right, I should have one level 2 spell slot left.
Okay, yeah, so 2 of the rays do indeed connect, scorching the emaciated giant.
Okay, then I'm going to go here, and then after my turn, Wildfire Spirit is going to do his thing, which means that he's going to move and then do the fiery teleportation. To there, and then fiery teleport.
All right, go ahead and give me a spell effect roll. He is indeed burnt by that effect.
Okay, and then it's gonna fiery teleport flying above the ground slightly, but there.
Okay. Jason.
All right. Jason is going to angle his staff kind of in between the lion and Tavard at the big stone creature. And you see those 2 bells that don't have any sound start wiggling, and they kind of each kind of wrap around each other, and these 2 little undulating balls fly off towards the creature. And I'm going to cast this Chaos Bolt. I'm going to do it at 2nd level.
Yes, that will connect.
Alright, so I gotta roll 2d8. Here, let me post it so you can read it. Alright, on a hit, target takes 2d8, choose one of the d8s, and that is the damage type. But I'm gonna cast it at 2nd level, so it'll be 1d6 extra damage. So let me click on it, see if that worked. Nice. So I got an 8 and a 3.
Yep.
Let's do the thunder damage.
Okay, yes, that indeed strikes him and hits him.
Oh, and the extra, yep, cool, sweet, boom. All right, and Jason will take just a step back, seeing how big it is and how creepy that was, it grabbing its scythe.
Okay, Mr. Serpentwind, thanks to the lantern, can actually see the creature now. So he's going to blast it a couple of times.
Got you, John.
Okay, it manages to... it gets hit the first time, manages to dodge the second time. And you can see as this like glob strikes into the creature, seems to radiate around it. And John is then going to take a step back. All right, on the creature's turn, it is going to move in one easy motion out to here. And let's see, it is then going to step into this space. Because it's 2 sizes larger than you, it can do that. Okay, once it gets here, you notice it swirls its scythe up in the air, and it's going to use its Grim Reaping ability that allows it to attack everybody within reach, which is everybody. So everybody, please give me a defense roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my portent to roll a 4, switch to a 17, so 17 plus a billion, 25.
25, you said?
Yes.
Yes, 25 will be a success. Ian, you are struck.
Okay, I'd like to react with this, please. Hold on, where is it?
Tavern, you are missed.
Adam, I'm gonna throw a hero point down as my reaction.
Hang on one sec. Okay, so Tavern, you're missed. Ian, so you cast that spell as a reaction. Let's see. So you gain 5 temper HP, 2, including against triggering attack. Okay, so yeah, then that will actually be enough that that attack misses you. So go ahead and give yourself the 5 temporary HP.
Okay.
All right, and then yeah, just pay attention to that last paragraph. Okay, so we've got Celine, Dean, and Tavern accounted for. And then I'm sorry, go ahead. Jason, you wanted to do a hero point?
Yep, it's my last one, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it. And then we'll do a defense roll. I gotta roll high.
Yes, you evade the attack as well. Mr. Serpentwind does not. And he is slashed mightily and wounded severely. Celine, your turn.
All right. Well, that's not good, but we might be able to burst it down. So, what I'm gonna do here is, seeing that it can reach all the way over there, and there's still those fish things in the water that I don't really want to stir up. It doesn't provoke an opportunity attack if I stay within its reach. So I will come into the room, tell Serpentwind to get the fuck out of here as soon as he's done wetting himself. And then I'm going to go 5.
As you step to there, Celine, it slashes out with its scythe. I'll need a defense roll, please.
Sure.
Of course, it's being
this
Sentinel.
this was all intended. To get Serpentwind out of here. So I'm going to inspiration that one.
Okay, sure. Burn an inspiration. Go ahead and click that. We'll take whatever you roll on the inspiration. Should be in your attacks near the top. See? So look who never uses their inspiration.
So I will also use my reaction to shield.
So you won't need to, because that's an 18 defense roll plus your 8 bonus from your armor class, which gives you a 26.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, no worries.
Factor in. Okay.
No worries. So that is a miss.
I won't shield. Okay. Don't want to move again because I don't know how this thing works. So I'm just gonna stay right here, and I will unload my best shot, which is.
Now just keep in mind you are now within 5 feet of it.
That's okay.
Okay.
Because what we're gonna do is, you love it. It's guaranteed damage. I hate rolling dice. I don't know why I'm playing this game. We're gonna cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
All right, so we will take 5 times what you roll. Nice. So 25 damage as the blue arrows strike into the creature, wounding it.
All right, guys, it's all up to you. I end my turn.
Hey, Tavern.
All right. Well, You know it, you love it. I just hope to do something with it, right? I'm going to go ahead and patient defense. That gives me advantage on attack rolls. Adam, I'm assuming I get a +2 for flanking.
You don't have flank right now, Saline. Do you have a weapon in hand?
My hands are my weapons, in a manner of speaking, but no.
So I'm going to say no, because you have to be able to draw a line between you and through the target. So unfortunately, Dian's in its space, so he doesn't provide flank, and Saline doesn't have a weapon, so no flank there either.
All right, but still feeling that I'm in a good situation here, hopefully anyway. I'm going to go ahead and hammer time. So,
All right, advantage thanks to your subclass. Yes, that will hit. This is a non-magical Warhammer, correct?
yeah, but it's my dad's favorite one, so I don't know if that has extra, love
Your
on
dad
it.
shouts at you through the generations, "It's resistant!"
Okay. Damn, my father didn't give me anything good.
There you go. Go ahead and roll a
Nice.
bludgeoning crit.
Nice.
Sorry, Dad.
Papa's like, this is the best I can do for you.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, max plus normal. So click your damage. We'll determine max and add that in. Okay, so that is your max. So that is 30 points of damage. Okay, so you smack it, walloping it hard, and then damage rates. Okay, and then push the creature up to 15 feet away. So I'm going to say up to there is the best you can do, but you do indeed knock it prone. So I imagine as it's like kind of moving, you kind of hit it in the head, and it staggers backward, hits the wall, and hits the ground.
All
Holy
right.
shit.
Feeling pretty good about myself and very upset with myself for blaming my dad's favorite hammer there for a moment for the lack of magical properties. I'm going to go ahead and move a little bit away, though. All right, I'm going there, Adam.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so he's prone, and the reading on the tentacle rod is that it's a melee attack. So here they come.
Yes, that will hit. That will miss. That will hit. Okay, so yes, hitting him a couple of times. 2 of the tentacles swapping into him.
And the reading on that Aegis stone spell, does that mean I have to burn a spell slot to keep it going with the bonus action?
No, but you have to use a bonus action to keep it going.
Right, okay, so I think when I do fiery teleport for my spirit, I think it takes my bonus action. Let me read that.
It does. From days back playing, oh shit, what was his name? Bjorny.
Yeah, I remember your guy. I don't remember his name, but yeah.
Bjorny, the dwarf.
Yeah, it only takes its turn as a dodge action unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action.
Kill command.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my bonus action. He's gonna do the fiery teleportation.
So, I mean, you're ending your turn here, right?
Yeah, my turn's ended, yeah.
Okay, so we move to his turn. Okay, and then spell effect roll, please.
Big money, big money.
Yes, he is indeed burnt.
Okay, and then his teleport would be, I don't know, say here, because he has to move within 15 feet of me. And that's the end of my turn. Finish him off!
Hey, Jason.
All right. Jason is going to move. Let's see here.
As you step to there, Jason, from the ground, he swipes out at you. I'll need a defense roll.
Oh shit. Because I moved into his dam. All right. Oof.
Man has
You are
unlimited.
struck. 21 slashing, 8 necrotic, 29 points of damage.
He's fine.
I'm still up, bitches. And let me just read this. Uh, 5 feet wide is just the length of one set of squares, right?
It's 1 square wide, yep.
All right. I am just gonna go right here then, and like right into the middle of it. And after he swiped me and kind of cut my legs out from under me, I'm just gonna kind of get up and brush myself off. And he looks all disheveled and definitely out of place. And his eyes kind of glow, and he kind of like goes Super Saiyan for a moment, but you don't hear any noise, and then everything gets quiet and static electricity, and then he just fires off this bolt of lightning directly at it. So he'll cast Lightning Bolt.
Nice. All right. Yeah, let's see it. Actually, that one's on Smart AoE, but yeah, there's only 1 target, so it won't matter. Okay, let me just double check. He does not. Yeah,
I
go ahead.
have it here if you want me to just throw it out real quick. Let me see if it, because it's just a line.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, yeah, you can just see the cool effect.
Yeah.
I was going to say, based on he doesn't have a special ability to avoid this. Whoa, you took out Blixel somehow, too.
Jesus, Blixel.
All right, so that bolt of lightning will strike into him, dealing 35 points of damage. And yeah, he is not moving. We are out of combat, folks.
Serpent Wind, smash its head. Do your psychic thing. Kill it. Kill it.
I wonder where the Guardian is.
Mr. Serpent Wind is looking absolutely decimated. He is like holding onto his body.
Get in here. Come here.
I use Sacred Flame on it.
All right, you conjure
So it
down
doesn't stand
Sacred Flame, and it hits the body.
Well, that was terrifying.
All right. Blixel's here. He could use his bloodline ability, so he's not. So
All right, as you guys take in a couple of quick breaths after just defeating this obviously very potent being, and you kind of just glance around Tavern where you're at, you notice this strange stone arc to your north. As you take that in, the cell, the throne, you notice there is also this table on the south side of the room. The one to the west of Saline seems like it contains nothing, but the one to the east of Saline, it looks as though there is a blade resting against the table there. As you take all of this in, let's go ahead and take our 15-minute break, folks.
My heart.
That's good. Good job, guys.
That Grim Reaper, whatever the fuck it is, scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty tough. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit.
Just FYI for that. But yep, see everybody back at 15. Alrighty, we're back in the second half of our session. Team, let's get you back into the ruins. Alright, you've just successfully defeated this very powerful opponent. Find yourself in this throne room.
I am going to touch Mr. Serpentwind on his ear, like Blixel did to me. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on myself, but I'm going to twin it, so he gets it also.
Okay, feel free to do so and burn the sorcery points as well.
Now, do I need to make separate rolls for us, or would he get the exact same roll as me?
You would make separate rolls. You would declare who was first, but so you can just say now, but in the future to say me first, him second, yada yada.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just me always first whenever I do anything similar, so I'll take that 11.
You always first. I think I'll be able to remember that.
take the highest number, dude. This guy. You take his orb.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he went down, so we could just like, oh, sorry, 1d8 plus 4, and then another 1d8. So I'm gonna roll 2d8, add 4 for Mr. Serpentwind.
Okay, yep.
Oof. Should have taken that one.
All right, you reach out, casting the spell, twinning it once on yourself, once on him, and yes, he definitely seems a bit better, but you can see he's still sore, and you can see him kind of holding on to the wounds, and he looks down at them. That's the strongest hit I've ever taken before. Wow, oh goodness, I can't believe I survived that.
Well, scars just show that you're improving in your strength. Adam, can I ask you a question about this feat here? I know that we have a modification on our short rest and our hit dice and yada 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 yada. But in terms of the sorcery points part, would it be like because I know we get 3 at the short rest, so would that be deducted from the 3 I get at a short rest, or how would that work?
Let me read this one real quick. What source is this from? Do you know?
Sorcerer's Vigor? That's one of the. It's either Xanathar's or Player's Guide.
I don't recognize that.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. It seems like really powerful. Because so one hit
okay.
die.
Tome of Heroes. Okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
so that's
it was in the feat list, but this was a Cobalt Press one.
Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to say is I don't want to make any decision right now. This is the first time seeing this. Let me review this. Obviously, since you're not actually expending hit die based on our house rule, there would have to be some cost to be able to use this. So we'll talk between this week and next week and come up with some kind of a modification to make this make sense.
Sure, and I could always just change the feat also.
That's certainly your option if you prefer to do that. Obviously, that's much easier, but if you really like this feat, then we can work something out.
I mean, it was just, I thought it was I thought it was pretty OP, but I haven't played a sorcerer in a while since Frederick, so I thought maybe it was just something that came out new while I haven't played a sorcerer, but yeah, I mean, because I was like, wow, shit, I could pretty much always have spell slots in that regard with this one.
Right.
You know
I mean, one hit die gives you up to like your level and sorcery point. That's like really strong, right? Because normally you get sorcery points, and I think you only recover them on a long rest. So yeah, that seems pretty OP, is what I would say.
Yeah, that's what when I took it, I was like, damn, this is sweet.
So yeah, if you want to switch it out for something else between now and next week, I'm good with that. And if you want to tweak it so it makes sense for our house rules, just let me know.
Okay, sure, yeah, I'll figure something out.
All right, so you guys are standing in this large throne room, floor cell just below Tavern there, strange arch north of Tavern there, massive scythe on the body of this undead giant.
What the heck is in the cell, Adam?
So you look down below and you can see that this is like a 20-foot drop from the top of the bars down below. You can see a skeleton down there with a whole lot of what looks like very old, ancient, dried up blood.
Does it look like a huge skeleton?
Not huge, but it definitely looks bigger than like typical human size.
All right, and this scythe that this sentinel wields, is it even carryable? I'm gonna try to reach down and touch it.
It is huge size, so that is like, I believe, 12 times the typical weight, if memory serves. So, I mean, not easily. For you, it'd almost be like a battering ram.
All right.
I could at least take it and add it to the treasury or something along those lines. I mean, it's probably valuable in some way, but maybe not carrying it right now. But that blade over there looks interesting.
Does it have anything in its pockets, Adam, since I'm focusing on this creature for now?
It actually does not have pockets, so no.
Okay, cool. Can I pick up the scythe? Is it... I mean, I can. My strength is... I don't know. My strength is 18.
I'm going to say, like, you could lift it, like, temporarily, but to carry it around, no.
Okay, copy that. Man, it looks cool. You know who would want this, right? We're all thinking it. Beats the hell out of a cabbage harvester.
Yeah, someone, though, that would be 3 times bigger.
Well, I saw that she had, that shipwrecker was modified. Perhaps whoever modified that could modify this for her.
That's right. Shipwrecker with duct tape. This has got to be better than that. That was a ton of damage.
I think we kind of burned that bridge, though, didn't we?
Well,
We're
considering
kings now.
what about this blade here? I want to look over it, Adam. Does it look rusted and unkempt with age, or does it seem to have withstand the time?
It is covered with dust, but it looks like a fine edge. It looks to be a pristine blade. It has a reddish maroon hilt with gold wrappings in it. The hilt and scabbard are both gold. You notice what looks like a screaming face impressed on the hilt of the blade. And it looks like even through the dust, you can make out some runes on the surface of the blade.
This definitely does not look like your run-of-the-mill sword.
I wouldn't touch the dust.
I have my light on, Adam. Does this dust look similar to that mold?
Blind check. No, you don't see any presence of mold here.
Looks to be just dust. Let's see. I don't have any kind of cloak or anything I could use. I almost don't want to touch it. The filigree on it kind of worries me. Screaming face and unknown runes. Can I read the runes, Adam?
You're trying to get close by, see it, putting your face kind of close to the blade?
Yeah, I'll use the my cloak. I'll take my hand and unsmear it a little bit so I can look at the runes a little clearer. But I don't want to pick it up.
Yes.
So that makes sense.
You can see that these are runes that are of the Andu language. Do you speak Andu?
I do. I speak both the new version and the old version.
All right, reading these runes, it says, "You tiny pissant weakling little girl."
Wow.
Damn, that sword's judging you, man. You just gonna
Pretty-
take that?
Pretty crude message.
I'd pick it up. It's not a monk weapon. I'm not interested.
And I'm not playing Vin, so just kidding. I do like this character a lot, but I will pick it up, Adam. I'll after reading it and not seeing anything that seems super off, I'll go ahead and take it off of its little pedestal.
Okay, you have picked it up.
Does it seem like a long sword? I'm proficient, so I think I would know if it is or isn't, right?
Based on its length of the blade and the weight to it, it feels more like a short sword.
Oh.
I think this
Yeah, dang it.
this is maybe a blade given as a gift to someone who didn't like the other person, but I mean, for some pacifists, this is some pretty flamboyant language. I mean, it says ugly pissant, yada yada.
I don't know if we can conclude it belongs to them.
Either way,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say either way, we should look at what Tavard's looking at over there, because don't want to leave it untouched. Stone archway.
Yeah, Adam, I'm gonna examine this here.
Blind check, Tabard.
Now it's stone, right? So that means I know if it's magical and all different properties because I'm a stone guy.
I don't know about to that level, but you definitely have more insights, I would say, than other, yeah.
Hey, you know me, I gotta reach. You gotta reach tall sometimes, right?
That's pretty hard as a dwarf.
That's right. That's right.
So what I will say is this stone looks to be not of this world. So the coloration of the stone looks very similar to normal stone, but the way that it is resting here, connecting one wall to the other, normal stone couldn't be built or carved like this. The weight in the center of it, if this was normal stone, would cause this to just collapse. So this is somehow other stone, or it has some kind of magical properties to it. You're not quite sure what it is, but I will say as you get a little bit closer to it, you can feel almost as though the air seems to thicken.
Adam, I'm going to grab one of my many multiple darts and toss it underneath in there. See if it like gets sucked up to the underworld or something.
Passes through the arch to the other side.
All right, and I can still see the dart and everything.
You can, yep.
It may only react to, if this is a passage to the shadow world, it's possible it only reacts to living matter. I don't know if we should.
Yeah, I'm not reaching for my dart. That dart is a goner as far as I'm concerned. Poor dart didn't live to talk about it.
I don't know about you guys, but I could use a break.
Well, let's go back and let you take a break, but let's go see our fish lady friend.
Yeah, come to think of it, we never really asked her about her motivations as to why this thing needed to die. I hope the reward isn't some monkey's paw curling kind of thing that she.
Monkey's paw.
Will reward you.
5 points for you, Jordan. That was awesome.
Hey, we just defeated this guardian and lived to tell about it. I mean, that alone is reward enough, but let's not tell her that.
Jason, as you look down this passage, you see the elevation goes down, down, down.
Oh, a creepy tunnel this way, guys.
Do we want to go talk to the fish lady first?
Yeah, and we should
Yes.
take care of our friend.
And our friend needs to, he needs to heal a little bit. You just put some mud on it and suck it up, dude.
Could we shut the doors and rest in here?
I would
That
much
seems
rather not
defensible.
pass through that weird, spooky place again.
You would
What
much
do you
rather
mean?
not?
What do you mean by that? Yeah, what do you mean by that?
The idol?
That
You
strange
mean-
thing floating through the walls and coming after her. I don't know. I'd like not to spend any time in there unless we have to.
We could be on
Why
this
don't-
side of the door, though. I can go talk to her.
We can shut the door and just wait an hour and then track her down, or she'll come to us.
Hey, I'd like to cross the bridge again. You can, if you don't want to go in there and talk to her, we can.
I don't like the idea of splitting up. I mean, we don't know what she wants or why she wanted it. I think we should be together if we talk to her.
Let me go across the bridge first, just in case our, challenge in here caused whatever in the water to pop up again.
Well, Adam, I'm going to go over to that throne. And I just want to... are these like chests on the side, or is this just part of the image?
It looks to be like small seats. You imagine just from glancing at it that this would be sort of like consorts or other important people that whoever sat in this throne would want close to them.
Can I just give all of these seats and chairs and thrones a good once over to make sure they're not hiding anything? You know, false bottoms, secret compartments, anything like that?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and make a blind check. None that you find with a few minutes of searching. So what's the plan? What are we doing?
Well, it sounds like the other two have gone off in search of the woman who petitioned us for this thing. I would prefer, if you don't want to go back there, I don't have a problem with resting in this room, but I am worried that they've wandered off, you know? probably make sure they're okay. What do you think, Jason?
I thought the plan was to rest here and then leave together, but I'm not quite sure.
Oh, there's Tabard.
Ah, you guys are slow. What are you guys trying to do? Resting here?
You see Mr.
Well-
Serpentwind nodding, still holding on to his wounded body.
Yeah, if that's what you guys want to do, that's great.
All right, Mr. Serpentwind kind of plops himself in the corner here and slides down the rock wall and just kind of starts pulling out these like small bandages and things and starts tending to his wounds.
I'm gonna grab Jason's lantern and return it to him, unless he wants it out here for some reason.
Not particularly. I'm gonna make sure the doors are shut, Adam, and then I'm also going to post up beside Mr. Serpentwind here.
That is on top of a table. If you're okay with that, you can do that.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this seemingly is a short rest opportunity. Is there anything anybody wants to do during this time?
You want
Like
to check
identify
that
a
blade?
sword. Yeah,
Yep.
like identify a sword.
Adam, I'm going to be staring down below to the the bag of bones down there. Make sure it's not like getting back up now that there's no guardian here.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a blind check there, Tabard. You don't see any movement down there during this period of time. Celine, are you wanting to ritual cast Identify?
Yeah.
All right. After the 10, 11 minutes or so goes by, this is indeed a magical weapon. It is known as the Mocking Blade. It is a short sword, and it requires attunement by a bard. This magic sword helps you more effectively add insult to injury. When you hit a creature with this sword, you can immediately use the weapon to cast the Vicious Mockery cantrip as a bonus action against that same creature using your spell save DC. When you do, any words you use to insult a creature appear written along the blade until it's replaced by a new insult. However, there is a side effect of this where if you roll a 1 on your spell effect roll for that Vicious Mockery cantrip, specifically used in this way, the face on the sword's hilt screams insults at you instead. The screams are audible out to 30 feet and are filled with insults directed at your deepest insecurities and regrets. Any creature that hears these insults is made aware of your weaknesses, granting it advantage on the next attack roll it makes against you until the start of your next turn. Once the sword screams at you in this way, it can't be used to cast a Vicious Mockery cantrip again until 1d4 days have passed.
I can't wait to give this to Blixel.
Well, does he have to be a good bard? His drumming does need some help.
Slightly, yeah.
Well, either way, this will be a good gift for him when we exit.
Yeah, best you can do after you hit him with lightning.
I don't even know how he managed that. That went straight through the wall and everything. I don't know what he's doing up there.
That's a very powerful lightning spell.
Yeah, sometimes I don't mean to, but it goes off a little harder than I want. He'll be alright. It's kind of like static electricity. Just don't shake his hand for a while.
All right, the short rest completes. Feel free to choose an option if you're spending a short rest of what you wish to recover.
I always have to review them. Hold on.
Oh, he's living on that edge.
You talking about me?
Yeah, missing more than half your health and went for spell slots. I like it. Risky move.
Well, I got cure wounds, so I was just gonna use that second level I gave myself to cure myself also.
Hopefully the roll's decent.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. I'm glad you said it out loud and just jinxed me like that.
You never know. It could reverse work that way.
All right, yeah. Well, I am gonna do that, so I'll cure wounds and do a second level real quick on myself before we go off on any more adventures.
Adam, I'm gonna short rest, but really all I gain back is my key. So, but you know, I do tend to use them. So.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not bad, see.
No, that's a really good one. All right, and let's see. It looks like everybody has updated their short rests appropriately in their display. If not, go ahead and do so. But yes, this hour passes. Our potions of necrotic resistance have worn off. I believe the wildfire spirit goes away as well. Is that right, Ian?
Yeah, it's an hour.
Okay, hour has elapsed. Mr. Serpentwind definitely looks much better than he did before. And you see he stands back up, kind of stretches out a little bit, and has this sort of look of determination. If the orb wasn't here, I hate to think what might be guarding it.
Maybe our fish lady friend knows where the orb is.
Yeah, I mean, we do
Wait,
what
Are
she
we
asked.
talking about
Yes,
the actual fishes, or are we talking about the Fex, the patron of that warlock?
Oh, I don't know. That lady kind of looked like she had fish scales or fish skins, so that's all. I don't know what her name is. She wouldn't give me her name, so I got to give her some sort of name.
I see.
Yes, he's talking about the Fext.
Yes, the Fex. That creature is in service to someone, just so you guys are aware.
Well, regardless of all that, we did what she asked us to do. She drank a potion that has given us strength to do so. I find it completely within reason to go find her again.
Yeah, we came this far. I just hope her idea of a reward is the same as ours.
All right, let me go first. All right, the evil DM did not push the tokens lock button, so it's safe.
Adam, can I use like my quarterstaff to kind of inch my way across this? I just want to see if this skeleton over here has anything on it. Like that other one was laying on top of a cloak, you know what I mean? Like before we leave, I just want to check it.
When you say inch your way across, explain what you mean by that.
I'm going to take my quarterstaff and I'm going to push it into the bridge in front of me and move across until I get to the skeleton, and then rummage through the skeleton with my staff and see if there's anything in there.
Okay. So you inch your way across, you tap the spot in front of you. There seems to be no issues there. You tap the spot in front of you once again. Doesn't seem to be really any issues there. You now lean down and start searching through the skeleton. Go ahead and give me a blind check. No, there doesn't seem to be anything here other than bones, but go ahead and roll me a 1d6 here, Jason. You don't want a 1. There's nothing here, Jason.
Nice. I'm gonna inch my way back and
I'm rolling, roll the one. I'm curious.
Falls into the water.
follow everybody out.
Okay, is it okay if I open the door now? Just want to make sure you're all, good.
All right, as your steps begin to echo throughout the hall, you notice the figure standing down below by the column. Return. that you were made?
I believe so. Some giant guardian with a big giant scythe was up there, and we killed it dead. Yep, dead.
She looks towards you as she's walking by, and she says,
Sorry, where was she? Where did she go? Oh, there she is.
Sure, you do like taking that long way around, don't you?
Maybe she didn't want to go through the spooky hall. Maybe she's scared too. You need to walk a mile in her shoes.
That is interesting that she avoided going in the room.
you notice as she steps by the very large creature, she carefully steps around it. You see she does look down upon it, though, for a moment. As she gets to here, you see she reaches out, touching upon the arch and just smoothing her hand over its stone. And you see she looks back towards you and says, "Wait here. I'll get your reward." And she steps through the arch and seems to vanish.
Can I insight check that? I'm real fucking paranoid.
Line check. Why you gotta be judging her raspy voice? She sounds totally cool.
One good boys.
And
Some big fucking shadow demon that's gonna cut all our heads off.
Tavern, roll me a 1d4, please.
All right, what do you want me to roll?
No, don't tell him what he needs. No.
You want low. That's why I picked you.
Yes! Yes! I broke the bank, yeah.
Okay. You guys are sitting here waiting expectantly. Some of you really just Dian with eyes on the arch, and nothing happens. 10 minutes have passed by.
Where'd your girlfriend go?
I don't want to be here. Can you just leave?
Hey, hello. It's been quite a bit long while.
Silence from the arch.
Guys, I think we cut and run. I don't want to be here. This feels like a bad idea.
Well, we're
I don't
looking for
think
the we're looking for the orb. I mean, serpent wind. Do you have any reason to believe it's in the shadow world that this creature is talking about?
I certainly hope not. I would hate to have to go there.
All right, fine. We stay focused. We get the orb, and Tavern just failed his charisma on wooing a undead demon female.
It's been known to happen.
Maybe that's just the rule to see how many hours it takes her to recover the sweet fucking thing she's gonna get us. But
Yeah, I
think
can't
we should
imagine.
just move on.
Can't
We did
imagine I can't imagine a cruel DM would not reward us for something like that. So yeah, it's probably just hours.
I was gonna say we did a good deed, but I'm not actually sure if we did or not. But we did a deed, and I think we should move on and look for the orb somewhere else.
Agreed.
Do we want to leave her a note in case in case she takes 40 minutes or something?
If she really wants to find us, she can find us at the entrance. That's where she can look for us. Which way do you guys want to go?
Trying to think how we could write a note. That's not a bad idea. Let me look through my bag. Dean's gonna look through his bag.
I believe you are what is called swindled.
That's what Leroy used to say.
Let's go down this tunnel here, yeah?
Did this thing bleed, Adam? Did the sentinel bleed at all?
Oh, sorry, you're referring to the Sentinel? No, the Sentinel did not bleed. It certainly looks like an undead creature.
Actually, while we're here, Adam, can I see, does this gate open to this area down below?
It looks like it's intended to, but if you kind of put your hands upon it, it seems as though it is locked.
If I kind of take my staff with the light and kind of shine it over and look down, do I see anything valuable down there?
You can give me a blind check. There was one check already looked down here, so we'll say you kind of glance down there quickly. Nothing sticks out.
What are we waiting on, guys?
Well, right now we're waiting for Brian to clean up his alcohol.
Yeah, I was going to say, was that hazy-hearted water, or? Mr. Serpentwind looks around at you guys, looks over towards you, Jason, and says, "You wanting to go that way?"
Well, why leave it unturned? Appears to cut down. I mean, it's either... I mean, it's hard to say because it looks like it's carved into the stone. But perhaps it's a escape route for whoever was on this throne here? What concerns me, though, is whoever was on this throne also having a portal to the shadow world here.
Well, he kills people who goes into the shadow world. Why would that creature have an escape route?
Not that creature, the creature here before it. I don't think that creature was meant to hold that throne. I think it's only occupying it currently.
I might have missed it, but is it work stone? Further, I'm gonna step up here. Is it work stone or is it tunneled? Like, is it beautiful or
tunneled.
is it? Okay, gotcha.
It is indeed descending down an elevation.
How steeply? Do we think if we step down it, it's going to be hard to get back up, or?
No, it's not super steep, no.
Incline?
Yes, yep, decline, yep.
Tavard, I don't think your girl's coming back, my friend. Want to come this way?
I think she'll be back. I trust her. You want me to go down here? Here you go.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of water getting louder there, Tabard, as you descend this area.
Adam, can I check the walls? I'd like to see if it was naturally made or, chiseled.
You
by
can
force of will.
determine absolutely without even a check that this is rough stone. It looks as though it was probably a natural cavern for the most part.
Alright, I'm gonna tell the group that
I bet this here goes down to where that head was bobbing. Just an opinion, because it's going down and into the water, so. Doesn't mean I don't want to go, just let you know.
Okay. We need the orb, and we can GTFO.
Adam, I want to go a little quietly.
Okay, blind check. You move as quietly as you can. And yes, you descend down to the part now where the water to your west is only like 2 feet lower than this rocky terrain.
I want to specifically look for that creature I saw with the 3 eyes popping his head up.
Blind check there, Dean. You don't know if it's the exact same one, but there's one right here in the water.
Oh, he's here. Tavard.
I had the girly friend, this one's yours.
Are we going to try to sneak by? We could try that.
I'm going quietly.
Okay,
And
Adam.
I'm sure it was fine because,
There you go, Adam.
All right, you play your card. We can do it. You and your group gain advantage on your next skill check within 1 minute. Okay. Is it safe to assume everybody wants to try to move quietly now to take advantage of this card?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess if we're doing it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
suppose so, but I'm shining like a beacon over here.
Tyrod, I'm going to take your previous roll at advantage since you already made your check. Everybody else, please throw a blind check.
Ain't no way we succeed. This looks like a dead end to me, boys. Where are we going?
We're just moving.
Okay, you're moving across the stone. You hear the sound of the lazy water pushing on by.
And I want to check out the skeleton here, see if I can see anything in particular.
Blind check, Tyrod, as you get to the skeleton and kind of examine it, see if you notice anything of interest. Why, you sure do. It kind of blends in perfectly with the skeletal body, but you notice that there is a small bone puzzle box. It looks like it is engraved with the emblem of a labyrinth on its surface.
Damn puzzle boxes. I'm getting PTSD.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and put it in my pocket.
Okay, it is in your pocket.
I will give it to my friend Celine later on. I'm sure she loves puzzles.
If I look down, can we tell how deep the water is?
It's pretty dark and murky, but give me a blind check, see if you can gauge it. Hard to tell, Saline. You're not real familiar with underground streams like this, so yeah, you're not sure. You don't see the bottom.
I'm gonna have rope handy in case someone slips.
I do.
Is it slippery, Adam?
Not particularly, no. The water's about 2 feet down below, and the water's moving kind of slow, so it's not like sloshing and splashing and getting the ground all around it wet. So no, this ground seems pretty dry.
Adam, what about this over here? Does it look like it's slippery or anything if I jump? I mean, there's no real distance. I just want to make...
It does not look slippery. However, I will point one thing out now that you're here. You notice about 30 feet over your head, there is a bridge here. So you can see this platform, which is 30 feet above you at this point, connects to this bridge, but you can't see on top of the bridge because it's up in the air. But you do see that the water goes under the bridge and continues to the west.
Does the bridge look like it's defensible, or is it like a commuting bridge, for lack of a better term?
Ooh, I would say it looks very similar to the bridge that you already crossed that was sturdy and not broken, if that helps.
Okay.
I'm going to jump this side here.
Okay. All right, as you get to their tavern, this small stone area doesn't seem to serve any purpose. It's as though its designers carved out the area and then quickly abandoned it. Several burnt out torches, candlesticks, and clubs are scattered about the floor.
Adam, what about how high is it to get up to here?
That is the same elevation as the ground, maybe like a 2-foot difference kind of deal.
All right.
As you get to there, you also notice a wooden chest with wide iron bands rests near the east wall.
I'm going to motion for the group to come up. I mean, if a fireball is going to happen, you know, you all need to participate. So.
Is this the bridge over here, Adam?
It is indeed, yes.
It's 30 feet up.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and point over to, I don't know, I'm going to point over towards the chest.
I have a key that worked on the last chest. Can you describe it again, Adam? Or is
Put
it
my
written
hand
down
up
here?
to Saline and just kind of be like, look, let them do this.
It is a wooden chest with wide iron bands.
Okay. Well, we're not
While
gonna
they're
walk by it.
while they're doing that, can I look at what's this thing?
That is a statue.
Is this a statue of?
Similar to the one we saw up front.
Yes. However, the statue, even though it is down in elevation by you guys, its head is arched up as though it is looking at the southern entrance of the bridge.
Can I follow its gaze? Do I see anything out of the ordinary, or is it the angle too bad?
You don't see anything obvious in that direction.
I found a chest here, or sorry, Tavard. I'm
It's
gonna
all
open
good.
it.
You can steal my XP. I mean,
I'm
Alright.
gonna hand the puzzle. In case I die over here, I'm gonna go ahead and hand over the labyrinth-looking puzzle box.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're handing that over to Jason?
Yeah, since he's right there, and then he can hand it to Celine if that's what he wants to do. But I'm just thinking someone maybe who's better at that kind of stuff than me.
Tavard. Something happens to me. Tell Belle and Dash that I love them, and hope they can help contribute to the success of Vin and the council.
dude, just let me do it. You've got a family. I care so much about your family. Let me die in your stead.
We're having this conversation about the potentially locked treasure chest.
There's a
not
box. Yes, the death box.
not about the giant scythe-wielding monstrosity that we just killed.
That was a pansy compared to this box.
All right. I'm
Shoot,
going
Tree almost
to.
killed me.
It almost killed me too, so but we're good. Open it. You got it.
Well, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to search it for mechanical traps.
Blind check there, Dean. You know, there's no mechanical traps here, but the strangest thing, as you start investigating this chest, it's kind of sticky. It's weird. It's kind of like all around you. And then that's when everybody starts to notice the torches, the candlesticks, the clubs all start moving in unison as they are all apparently connected to one very large creature.
Great.
A cave mimic?
Look what I discovered.
Dean, Tabard, you realize that you are stuck to the ground. It is as though your feet are glued in place. And with that, let's go ahead and start initiative.
Here we go, guys.
Okay, is anybody wanting to shout, say anything,
Yes,
do anything
of
for
course. Oh my God! I can't move. There's something in here.
Help.
All right, as you do so, alerting the folks around you to what is going on here, Mr. Serpentwind will jump into action. He will see this very strange creature, which is essentially now the ground, the walls all around you moving, and he lashes out with a couple of arcane bursts towards it. And hey, good job, Bill. You got the exact name of this creature.
What is it really like a cave
It's a
mimic?
cave mimic. Holy
that's so
shit.
hysterical. I didn't know there was such a thing. That's awesome. I wasn't cheating on your notes.
No, no, that's the first. The name is like perfect the way it looks, right? So,
Yeah.
alrighty. So Mr. Serpentwind is managing to connect against it twice.
I'm tempted to let him hit me with this fucking arcane burst so I can steal it. It's a dope move.
It is not a spell, but yeah, we'd have to look at your rules there. All right, after Mr. Serpentwind strikes it, he is going to back up to here. We're going to unlock tokens, and we move to Dean's turn.
Okay. Well.
All right, now let me give you the bad news, Dean. So, you are currently adhered to this creature. You can tell that this adherence is very solid. I'm just going to let you know mechanically what that means is you have disadvantage trying to escape.
Yeah. It's fine.
Just for imagery, let me put in my mind, the cave, and there's not like a thing that's attacking, or that potentially is attacking me. It's the environment is against me.
So I would say you recognize it's a thing, but you didn't before. The thing is as large as the token on the map makes it out to be, but the thing is composed of the ground and the walls right now. Those torches and candlesticks and things are actually moving now as though they are connected to this creature. You are adhered to the ground because you're actually on this creature, which is, as you guys just heard, Cave Mimic.
Okay. So, reaction to this environment. Hold on. Give me a minute. Can't calm the beast, apparently. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. Since it seems to be everywhere, and I don't know if my tentacle rod would be able to restrain it. Yeah, I'm gonna lash out with the tentacle rod. I'm gonna give it a shot. So I'm gonna try to attack it with melee attack with the tentacle rod.
Okay, sure. First attack connects, damaging it. Second attack connects. Third attack connects.
Nice.
All right, con save.
So you roll me a
15.
d20, and I take the inverse of what you roll.
Big money, big money.
Okay, so a 5. And your DC is 15?
Yes.
Okay, it is indeed affected by the rod.
Okay.
What does the rod do?
Do you want me to say it, Adam, or do you want?
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, so at a failure, the creature's speed is halved. It has disadvantage on Dex saving throws. It can't use reactions for 1 minute. Moreover, on each of its turns, it can take either an action or a bonus action, but not both. At the end of each of its turns, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on a success.
So it's basically kind of a slow.
It's like a mini slow, yep.
Nice. Love it.
Okay, since I can't move and I'm stuck here, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, the creature's turn, so it can't take its multi-attack option, so it's going to use its special ability called Stalagteeth. And let's see, it's going to only start at one of the two of you, so both of you roll me a d6. Whoever rolls lower, you are the target.
Beat that.
All right, Dean, you are the target. Okay, so you are currently adhered to the creature, and because you're adhered to it, the creature gets an advantage on its attacks against you. So please give me a... Oh, actually, this one is a dex save anyway, so that won't affect you. So just give me a dex saving throw.
Alright, so I have inspiration, so we're gonna wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Okay. All right, so we take your 14 plus 2, becomes a 16. Okay, so what you notice is basically from the cave wall, this harpoon formed out of a pseudopod shoots right at you, and you manage to matrix out of the way.
Nice.
Saline. Oh, end of its turn, it gets to make a new save against Tentacle Rod, right? So throw me another
Yes.
d20 there, Dean. Again, we take the inverse. So it has a 10, it adds its mods, it is no longer affected. Saline.
Hey, dude. We only got one out of that, but that's okay. Right?
All right, I'm gonna see. Having seen Serpent Wind step to my west and suffer no effects, I will do the same. You said it has disadvantage on dex saves from the rod.
It is no longer affected by the rod.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I wasn't listening.
That's okay.
Yeah, so... Sorry, I was reading a spell. Then... Yeah, I mean... We should probably hurt it. So I'm gonna I'm gonna upcast Magic Missile at 2nd level and smack him.
Okay, so
4
4
times.
times the roll. Okay, so
Big ol'
4
buddy.
missiles fly into it, striking it for 8 points of force damage.
And then I don't have a useful bonus action. I will. Is this gap behind me jumpable without issue?
What is your strength score?
8.
Out of combat? No.
Great. Then I am going here, and I am ending my turn.
So what I will say is if you spend an action jumping over that, then you can get over it without a problem. But just as part of movement, you'd have to make a check, chance of fall, and yada yada.
That is fine. I do not want to fall into the fish water and get eaten by fish. So I'm
Fair
gonna stay.
enough. Okay, Tavern.
All right, here's a surprise, folks.
Patient defense.
Yeah, so I'm stuck on this thing, right? So that
You are, yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit twice. Do I still get advantage on these attacks, or how does that work?
You do. You're not restrained, so yep, you have advantage.
Cool. Hey-ho!
Yes, that connects. Wounding the creature. Connects a second time. Wounding the creature again.
All right, and I'm assuming I can't move with. I'm just sticky though, right?
You are stuck to the creature, correct?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and end my turn there.
Okay, Jason.
Okay. Does this just look like another beach over here?
So that is an elevated platform 30 feet above your head at the moment, connected to that bridge.
But I can still see the ridge, so theoretically I can still see down to the creature, right?
I'm assuming you're asking if you misty step up there, can you look down and see the creature?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'm going to do it to this spot if possible.
I'm sorry, go ahead and click one more time.
Right here.
Sure. All right, you go ahead and burn your misty step slot.
Okie dokie.
All right, as you appear up there, let me give you a real quick description.
Whoa.
A sturdy-looking stone bridge covered in bones stretches across a chasm in this area. 2 statues, one on either side of the bridge, stare at the southern entrance to the chamber. A pair of doors lie at the northern end of the bridge.
Okay. I'm gonna creepily look back down towards the creature, and I am going to use my... Hang on. Let me get my old measuring tool. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use my bloodline ability to use the minor ability of my Lamentations of the Law. And this one's kind of a bit more subtle. He kind of waves it across him, and this kind of like mist kind of rolls out of him towards the creature and kind of suffuses itself over him. And it's a charisma saving throw.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d20. Like before, I will take the inverse.
Couldn't I just do a spell effect roll?
Yeah, you could do that. Yes, it is indeed affected.
Okay, so basically that just is kind of like a bane, I guess, on its damage, but it does 2d6 less damage on any anything it hits. It can make a save and throw at the end of its turns, Adam, and I'll end my turn.
Okay, Mr. Serpentwind suddenly finds himself in the darkness, so he is going to quickly cast Dancing Lights to get a bit of light around here. I'm going to put those on the map, but I will move to Dian's turn.
All right, same thing. Tentacle rod on this mother. Oof.
That will hit.
Just swinging it at the walls.
I guess it is a wall, right? Ooh, that's
That
not
will
gonna hit.
miss.
I will going to do that. Give me
Well, that's a
inspiration.
critical fail, so hero point's not going to help you there.
Can I take it back, please?
You absolutely can, yes.
Okay, so he's not going to be rider effects.
Third attack hits. Wounding it again. All right, creature's turn. It is no longer affected by the rod, so it is going to take its multi-attack option, which gives it 4 attacks. It is going to take 2 against Dean and 2 against Tabard. So let's start with Dean. 2 defense rolls at disadvantage, please.
Okay, let's consider also my reaction. So here's a defense roll.
You are indeed struck.
Then I will indeed do this.
All right. You burn a spell slot for this. Okay, so that's a reaction. That gives you a +2 to AC, which makes your defense roll a 17. You are still hit.
Okay, now I have 10 temp HP, right?
Temp HP does not stack, so only 5.
Okay.
All right, so that first one is going to hit you. You're going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are already grappled, but you'd be grappled again. Second defense roll, Dean.
Well,
Hang on. Let me minus 2d6 for you, buddy. So
There you go. So only 4.
4 damage instead.
Okay, so I have 1 temp HP left. Okay, defense roll.
You will be struck again.
Yeah.
14. You can go ahead and roll that damage reduction again, Jason. Okay, so 7 bludgeoning against Dean. All right, and then 2 attacks against Tabard. You, patient defense. He has advantage, so these are just straight rolls.
I was waiting for the roll. Forgot you guys were waiting on me.
You are hit on the first one. 9.
And I take half for bludgeoning anyway.
Okay, yep. So I know we talked about this as far as the halving. Oh no, that was for the miasma. So this is just straight damage reduction. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage reduction, Jason.
Nice.
All right, so you'll take no damage from that one, Tabard. Second attack. Yes, you managed to evade that one. And then I would like, let's make it Saline since she's up next. Please roll me a d6.
You got it. Don't tell me the odds.
Okay, Saline, it is your turn.
Let me do a spell effect for the.
Oh yeah, see if he
blood
shakes it
effect
off.
roll.
Yes,
Don't want to cheat it.
he is still
Nice.
affected.
Nice.
So, second verse, we're gonna come down here. Seems like the team is still relatively okay. So I'm going to. What do I want to do? I think I want to. Getting a little light on spells here. Never got to. We are going to firebolt him. Do I have anything better? Probably not. Firebolt.
That will
Montana.
connect.
Nice.
For 18.
Scorching
big
him
damage roll.
badly.
And then going back to my original location.
And hide around a corner.
Tabard.
All right. Do I want to do it? You know, I'm not gonna do patient. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? I'll do patient defense. Because no matter what, if I did it, then all of a sudden I'd roll a 1. You know.
All
my
right, you
weapon,
patient
the
defense
water
once
and all
again.
of that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, that connects. Oh, you have advantage, right? So that's a crit.
Well, I have
You don't have disadvantage, remember, because you're not restrained. You're just grappled.
Oh yeah. So that was
Nice.
yeah. Good thing that I used that patient defense. My Like, that's freaking hammer. That's awesome. Let me tell you.
Okay, so twice as many
Dad's up in
damage dice
Valhalla,
as normal.
like, get him, son.
All right, so it's going to be throw me another D10 then, just to be fair. All right, so we're going to do 18 points of damage to him. And the next attack is at advantage. Of course, you already have advantage, but
Yeah, super advantage is good.
another critical hit.
Oh,
What did you do with Bill? Who are you?
Hey, I was rolling good yesterday too, but let me tell you
Take a
something. I
week
rolled that
off.
6, 1 out of 6. You know, I mean, come on.
You're living right, brother.
I want to write all. Oh, that lot of words there.
Maximum
Those are
amount
usually
of
good.
normal damage, then roll your damage again. Okay, so go ahead and post your damage. We're going to take the first one, and we're going to take max plus the first one. And that is your max. Holy shit, that's another 30 points of damage.
He did that.
All right.
Like, he did that the last time too.
He
remember?
did. I remember, absolutely. Yeah. This creature, unfortunately, is immune to prone, and I'm going to say it really can't be knocked away because it's like the ground and the walls. But yeah, you've walloped it hard.
Yeah, but let's be honest, it does wobble like jelly when it doesn't go anywhere, though. You know.
Hey, good job, Tavard. You hit a wall.
I hit it hard. You should have seen me when I was doing my mining routine. You know.
they tell him he can't hit a broadside of a barn, but he's proven that wrong today.
All right, Jason.
All right. Well, Jason's gonna keep it pretty simple here. He's not gonna try to use up any of his spells or anything. He's just gonna throw a wind lash at it.
That will hit. And the creature is slain. As it is
Nice.
slain, you notice the ground, all of this starts to kind of like shrivel backwards as the creature is enveloped in itself as it is dead. The adhesiveness on Dian and on Tavern ends, but unfortunately you notice that chest was not a real chest. It was just part of the creature, and it also shrivels up into this amorphous blob that is left in the middle.
If it wasn't for searching for this damn orb, I wouldn't care to look through chests. Let's
I
find this
heard-
effing thing and get the frick out of here.
I heard you can sell blood of a mimic for quite a price. You should take some.
I
Mr.
don't
Rippin
care
says,
about-
"What?" as he shouts up the 30 feet to you.
I don't care about gold.
Hey Adam, just to let you know, my key did not reset when I did the took the short rest, or I didn't push the reset the short rest button. I don't know, but anyway, so I just went ahead and moved it down to the appropriate number because I just used 2 since the short rest.
Okay, fair enough.
What do I know about mimics, Adam? Do I think I can safely harvest mimic blood, or is it gonna burn me with its acid?
Blind check, please. You think Jason is full of crap.
Sounds accurate.
The FNG.
We shouldn't waste time.
I can throw you a rope. There's some doors up here. And, well,
yeah, that'd be
there's-
great because we're moving on, right?
Well, that's a dead end, right? That's a dead end, right?
What can you see up there?
Wait, I don't know if it's a dead end. Hold on.
There's...
Let me look and see if this is the dead end, Adam.
Sure thing. Dean, give me a blind check as you search this area for any other ways of trespass. It sure looks like a dead end, Dean.
Okay, you're right.
Well, on this bridge here, there's about 24 skeletons. And then there's 2 doors. And then there's another tunnel to my southwest.
That's great. Throw me the rope.
Alright. This is a bit of a throw, you know.
Okay, good luck.
I'm going to attach it to, like, I'm going to tie a piton to the end of it, Adam, so I got some weight to it. It's a 50-foot rope, so I should have enough space to get it to him, so I'm going to kind of, like, you know, twirl it around a few times and then batarang throw it across down the DN.
All right, you start tying a rope. So you pull a piton out of your backpack. You start tying this all up. Dean, go ahead and roll me a d6, please. All right, you tie the piton around the rope without too much effort here, Jason. You start doing like a lasso kind of thing, trying to throw it over to Dean's way. Give me a blind check.
Which one?
This would be for Jason.
Sure. I got inspiration, so I might as well burn it. I'm gonna throw it on this one at him.
Okay,
I don't have the button like everyone else, so I'll just click it off my sheet and I'll give you a blind check with advantage, I suppose.
fair enough.
I will magical guidance it if it seems like it's going to fail.
You failed. By a lot.
Alright. So it's spend my sorcery point, which is my last one, and I get to re-roll a d20. So you want just
Yes.
another blind check?
Yes, please.
Damn, I failed a lot on advantage? God
You rolled a 6 and a 3.
damn. Here we go.
That one's much better. Yes. You managed to throw this over to the point where it lands in the water, very close to Dean. Dean, if you want to reach out and grab the rope, it would be no effort.
I do. I grab it.
Okay,
But
you
the
have it.
fish monsters.
And now I, as I'm considering this ascent, I'm looking at the exit of the water. What is my doom if this were to fail?
So I mean, what do you mean? Like, are you going to fall in the water? Yes,
Well,
likely.
it's going into a cave, right, or something. Like I can't see.
Are you asking which way the water's flowing? Give me an idea of
I'm
what you're
sorry,
trying
I'm
to
sorry.
gauge.
Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming the water is going from north to south, and it's going to an empty cave or something. I want to look where the water's going.
Yeah, fair enough. So the water is currently running from the east to the west, okay? So this is a bridge, and the water goes under the bridge and comes out the other side and continues going west as best you can tell. The water is not moving at a super fast pace. So I would say based on you looking at it, even if the water is deep, it's hard to gauge. You don't think you're going to get like swept away or anything.
Well, then fuck it. I go for it. I'm gonna try to.
Wait. I can't lift you up, Dean.
You're 30
Hang
feet in
on.
the air.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? You want me to hold the rope myself on the edge and while
Yes.
you free climb it? Hang on.
100%.
That's not gonna happen. Not with
Bad
my
idea.
scrawny arms. The bridge itself, Adam, is there anywhere for me to tie this damn rope? Or maybe at least like wrap it around so I can create like a pulley system or something?
You could try to tie it to the bridge like post, the stone post here if you want.
Yeah, is there room for me to tie it there?
You can sure try. Give me a blind check there, Jason.
God dang it with these blind checks. Alright, actually I took away my last hero point last time instead of my last sorcery point. So I'm gonna take away my last sorcery point and now I'll burn my last hero point. That's a good one. And then here's a blind check for you. I'll tie it as tight as I can, and with the slack that I have, I'll like wrap it around my waist and try to hold it like two ways. If that makes sense.
Not exactly, but you rolled good enough that it won't really matter that much. So, so you have it tied to the post. It seems good. You're also supporting it. Dean, you're just kind of free climbing it.
I'm going to, I guess in my mind, I'm going to grab as high as rope as I can and maybe slide it, like swing across and then climb up it, I guess. In my mind, that's what I'm imaging at least.
Kinda. So your feet are on the south wall, but the platform Jason's on is 30 feet over your head. So basically, your feet are on that south wall, and you're trying to climb up the rope to get to the elevation of where Jason is. So go ahead and give me a blind check. This will be at advantage. You're using a rope. Yep, yeah, you're able to do that. You climb up. Based on your speed, yeah, you can climb up to the top in one check.
No problem. You want me to hold that rope?
Yeah, I think I did a good job tying it on the post here, but if you want to take over, sure.
Yeah, excuse me. And I'll take over the rope out.
Who's next? John? Give it a go.
I'm
Let's
probably
go.
the heaviest, so you guys go first.
You notice John kind of gulps a bit here as Mr. Serpentwind makes his way up. You see he looks and he says, "Oh, geez, I really hope this goes well. Aelin, protect me." And he's going to start climbing. So since this was Jason's idea, let's have Jason roll the d20. Jason, d20, please.
Oh man, I don't know if it was my idea. I was just up here. Here we go.
All right, and roll one more. He is using a rope, so he'll have advantage on this check. Okay, Mr. Serpentwind gets about 15 feet up or so as he's climbing, but he loses grasp on the rope with his unfortunate -1 strength and falls down below, plummeting into the water. As he does so, he lands. You see a big splash, and then you notice other movement in the water. We only have 4 minutes left in our session, so I think that is where we will pause it. But just as a quick FYI of what you're up against next week as we start, you notice several figures in the water moving.
Way to go, John.
Well, guess the orb is ours, boys.
All right, guys, that is our session. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll pick up again next week. Hopefully, we will have our other 2 PCs. We'll probably have to figure out some way to get them in. Probably won't be right away, but maybe after this battle. You guys will circle back or something like that. But yeah, great session, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Sounds good. Have a good week, folks.
Good job. See you guys next week.
Later, everybody.